Very good afternoon and a warm welcome from Emirates Old Trafford. This is the second game of the doubleheader here this afternoon. Unfortunately, Lancashire Thunder losing the earlier game by 7 wickets against the Blaze. But let's see if the Lightning team can do any better against Nottinghamshire Outlaws. This is our pride fixture here at Emirates Old Trafford, and we are proud to be raising funds for the LGBT Trust. Everybody that comes through the doors here needs to know that they are safe and welcome. More on that as we go throughout the afternoon. Don't forget, we've got the Emirates first ball flyer coming up as well. If the first ball of the first bowler from Lancashire takes a wicket on that first ball, then somebody could be winning 2 flights to Dubai. We've also got the sports break upgrade. If you're in your seat now and fancy a nice upgrade to the best seats in the house, then make sure you're with us in about 10-15 minutes time. You could be getting over to the sports break terrace for the best seats in the house. But I'm joined by Bumble and Paul Shaw. Looking forward to this game here this afternoon, as Bumble just manages to dodge one. He's still got the moves, hasn't he? Still got the moves. But brilliant stuff from the first game just a few days ago. Great start for Lancashire Lightning to get that first game under their belt and get a win against Worcestershire Rapids the other night.
Yeah, and that's very important. Get your first win and get confidence throughout the team. But this is a good game today. This is a tasty game. There are 2 cracking sides.
Paul, we saw it was very tight between the 2 sides a little earlier. I suspect this is going to be more of the same, is it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you've got 2 really good sides going head-to-head here today. We saw the Outlaws win really well last night, knock off 226 down at Trent Bridge. The conditions are very different here today, different dynamics, slightly different pitch, but I'd expect Lancashire wanting to get their second win of the T20 Blast, and obviously Notts wanting to get theirs as well. So I think this is heads for a really good game.
How much confidence will everybody have got from that result the other night, particularly the fact that we've got a new management team in place, if you like, in the fact that Stephen Croft is obviously taking the reins?
Well, I think all Lancastrians wish Stephen Croft all the very best, and it's a lift that the team needs. It's good to get into T20 Blast cricket, to get that first win, so you get that feel-good factor. The crowd will be right behind them. This is a bit of a fortress. We've got a lovely day, but then again, it's always like this in Manchester. It's a gorgeous day.
No luck winning the sides, obviously, for Lancashire today, so it's a chance for somebody else to step up and take the reins there. We need a real strong bowling attack this afternoon.
Absolutely, we're going to need a good batting performance, but also a really good bowling unit performance. In front of the Lancashire faithful here, who've just seen a really tight game, and Blaze just get over the line and beat Thunderbird. If the Lightning can get a performance in today, I'm sure the crowd that are coming in will get behind them on a wonderful sunny day.
We're just keeping our eye on the umpires just behind you guys. Keaton Jennings standing there waiting to hand over the team sheets. Great to see him getting a real confidence booster of a knock. 66 the other night against Worcestershire.
Yeah, and I watched them practice at range hitting. It's brilliant. I love watching practice when they come down and they stand in the middle and they're hitting it into the stands. So it's no accident that you get so many sixes. But you look at this boundary today and it's right way back towards the hotels. It's way back, but you're hitting with a breeze. So the savvy thing, if you're batting right-handed at that top end, hit it with a breeze and you can carry it all the way. I think you could carry it all the way onto the railway.
Seeing how this strip performed in the first game, Paul, what would your thoughts be if you win the toss this afternoon?
Well, Lancashire normally have a ball, don't they? But I think I'll be having a bet on that today. I think I'll be looking to post a total and get the opposition under pressure. But we'll see what happens at the toss, and I'm sure both teams will put out a really good performance and play some really high-quality cricket.
What about you, Bumble? What would you do?
I want to lose the toss and they can decide.
So you're not under pressure to make the decision. That's brilliant. Great stuff. Thanks for the moment, guys. Let's head over to the middle, and we'll see that the umpires are just giving their final instructions to both captains. Keaton Jennings, of course, of Lancashire Lightning, and Joe Clark of Nottinghamshire Outlaws. Don't forget, we're also keeping an eye on who bowls first, because if Lancashire bowl first, keep your eye on the first ball flyer. Somebody could be winning 2 tickets to Dubai if we take a wicket with the first ball. So Keaton has the coin and he's dropped it. He'll have another go. So there it is. Call is made. Keaton has decided that they are going to have a bat. Everybody shaking hands. So, Keaton, great to see that, first of all, you've won the toss.
Yeah, we have. We won the toss and we're going to bat first.
What's the thinking behind that?
Use surface, but again, as the other night, it's something we've done well, sort of traditionally here. So, yeah, bat first and hope you get a good score.
How much of a confidence booster was it for everybody concerned to get that win the other night in the opening game against the Rapids?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think it's good just to play really good cricket. Boys did that the other night, and hopefully we can carry that on to today.
You'd love to make this ground a fortress again, wouldn't you? Because the great support that you have here at Emirates Old Trafford makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, huge. Look, I mean, the last sort of 2-3 years, I think we've only lost one game here. We played some really good cricket here. We did the other night. The sort of morale within the camp is really good, so hopefully the boys play some good cricket tonight.
And as I mentioned earlier on, this is the Pride round. We want to make sure that everybody who comes through these gates realises that they are safe, they are welcome. Cricket should be a game for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, cricket should be a game for everyone. We firmly believe walking through these gates, you should feel happy and safe, and it should be a sort of really enjoyable place to be.
Good, well, thanks very much indeed, Keaton. Let's bring in Joe Clark from Nottinghamshire. Joe, your thoughts on the toss?
Yeah, interesting one. Obviously, it's a used wicket, but I think we probably would have had a bowl, and so, you know, ultimately the best team will win the game.
Your side have already got off to a win, a convincing one the other night. Happy with the way things have gone so far?
Yeah, we're 1 from 1. So yeah, look, it was an amazing achievement last night. Chase down 2-7. So yeah, hopefully we can take a bit of momentum from last night into today. Obviously, it's different conditions, different opposition, but yeah, lads are full of confidence.
And as far as your team's concerned, you've got 1 or 2 stars in it, particularly from Australia.
Yeah, it's great to have a couple of Aussies on board in Moses and Daniel Sams. So yeah, they showed their class last night already. So hopefully it's a good competition from both.
Go well today, Joe. Thanks very much indeed for joining us, Joe Clark of the Nottinghamshire Outlaws there. So as you have it, that's the toss. We will bring you the confirmed team news in just a few moments' time.
Well, we're down amongst it, and we've got some young uns here, and 1 or 2 not so young. Just behind me, I've got a couple. Look at these. There's a couple from Nottinghamshire as well. So we'll start with these little lads. Who do you fancy today? Who do you think's going to win?
Lancashire.
So you're Lancashire fans, are you? What do you think about these 2 behind you? They're Nottinghamshire fans. They're just behind you to your left. And how far have you come? How far have you come today?
Chorley.
From Chorley? Where's Chorley?
Preston.
Oh, near Preston. I know exactly where you mean. And what about you two? Where have you come from?
Brinswell near Chorley.
Are you all together? Well, there's a surprise. So, which are they all your sons? And this one? a friend in the middle. And these two, how far have you come?
We've come from North.
Oh, whereabouts in Nottingham? In the city. And you had a great game last night, didn't you? You played so well last night. Who was your star player last night?
I wasn't there last night.
What a great interview this is. Were you there last night?
Oh yeah, I was there last night. Jack Haynes played really well.
Is he playing today?
I think so.
And what about Pennington? I saw him last week against Yorkshire. He's tasty, he's got wheels, as they say. The pros say he's got wheels, he's got pace. So I think he's playing today.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So are you regulars? Do you turn up at Old Trafford, Emirates Old Trafford often?
As much as we can.
And what, T20 or county cricket? What about the 100?
Sometimes 100, but we like T20 best.
And will you be coming to the 100?
Definitely.
Good. And what do you think for today? Lastly, what do you think today? It's a tight, I can tell you, these are two tasty teams. What about Lancashire winning the toss? Do you think that's a good move to bat first?
I think so, yes. I think so.
Well, I can tell you, I think it's going to spin later on, so I'd like to bat first today. Back to you. (1864). We were first class then, and we're first class now. With a dream to spread cricket through Lancashire's towns, where girls and boys, with willow and leather, become more than a badge, but the red rose together.
A club where more than legends are made, but friendships, obsessions, moments replayed on our screens, in our minds, in our hearts forever. 'Cause it's who we are, our DNA, the red rose together.
Statham, Briggs, Jimmy, Freddie and Joss, Chappie, Sir Clive Lloyd, Carol Hodges, Kate Cross. What a roll call. It's a hard one to measure, with future names still to be written on the red rose together.
We're all about people. It's what the red rose really means. Yeah, the ones signing autographs, but the ones behind the scenes.
Our community, grassroots, the ones that feel tethered. Whether you're from here or belong here, we're the red rose together.
And what about this place? Talk about world-class venues, internationals, gigs, events.
You can choose from a menu of triumph, of disaster, of pain, or pleasure.
We've seen it all at Emirates Old Trafford, with the red rose together.
Red ball, white ball, lightning and thunder.
Have you ever sat back? Have you ever just wondered how far we've come? The storms we've weathered, or how far we'll go as the red rose together.
They have decided to have a bat. Let's give you the confirmed team news then, starting with our visitors this afternoon, the Nottinghamshire Outlaws. They are captained by Joe Clark, Lyndon James, Jack Haynes, Moses Enriquez, Matthew Montgomery, Tom Moores, Daniel Sams, Calvin Harrison, Liam Patterson-White, Conor McCurr and Dylan Pennington. And your Lancashire Lightning side for this afternoon is as follows. Captain Keaton Jennings, Luke Wells, Matty Hurst, Michael Jones, Ashton Turner, Josh Bohannon, Chris Green, Jack Blatherwick, Tom Aspinwall, making his T20 debut, Charlie Barnard, and Mitch Stanley. So, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are sat at the moment, hands up if you would like a nice little upgrade to the best seats in the house. Yeah, I'm sure plenty of you would. Right, okay. So, courtesy of Sports Break, we could be cutting you in the Sports Breaks terrace for the best seats in the house. It's very simple. All you have to do is give us a wave. Our cameras are going to search around the bowl now. So give us a wave, everybody, if you fancy getting upgraded to the best seats in the house for the Sports Breaks terrace. Here we go. The cameras are going to look round now. We're going to find somebody around the ground. Where are we going? Where are we going? Oh, there we go. 3 of you there. Give us a big wave. 3 of you there. Okay, fantastic stuff. So you guys are going to be going down to the Sports Breaks terrace. All you have to do is move down to the front of where you are sitting at the moment. Our team will go and have a word with you, and they will take you over to the Sports Breaks terrace for the best seats in the house. Give us a cheer. Give us a wave, guys. Hey, there we go. Okay, we'll hopefully catch up with you guys a little bit later on. Congratulations, 3 of you going to the Sports Break terrace for some of the best seats in the house. We'll have more of that next game. Don't forget, of course, another competition coming up a little bit later on. The Emirates First Ball Flyer, of course, will be coming very, very soon because Lancashire, obviously, when they are batting, they will be obviously trying to knock as many off as they possibly can. But we'll also have the Emirates First Ball Flyer when they are bowling a little bit later on. So whoever gets the first ball for the Lancashire innings, if they take a wicket, then that will be fantastic for somebody because they could well be going off to Dubai. 2 tickets for Dubai up for grabs thanks to our principal sponsor, Emirates. So we look forward to the game. Paul is with me. You've seen the team sheet in. What do you think?
I think they both look really strong sides, don't they? Both have won the last 2 games, or the last game each. Notts last night, Thursday, Lancs won here. Highly competitive teams, and also to add a little bit of spice to that, Peter Moores, the ex-Lancashire coach, obviously spent some time here. He's now with the Outlaws and doing a great job there. And Crofty's in as interim coach with the Lancashire Lightning. So I think this will be highly competitive. I think there'll be some great cricket. And I think both sides are sprinkled with really good balance.
Nottinghamshire have been going great guns in the county championship as well. They sit top of Division 1 at the moment, but as we all know, this is a completely different kettle of fish, isn't it?
Absolutely it is, but they'll be hoping that form will then transition into T20 cricket. Watch last night's game, the Notts Outlaws at Trent Bridge. That was a wonderful total to knock off, 226 with balls to spare. Granted, it was a really good pitch, different outfield as such, different angles, but I think there'll be tough opposition for Lancashire Lightning today. But Lancashire Lightning have got some great players.
I'm just looking through that. You've got Keaton Jennings and Luke Wells at the top. How well did they bat the other night? Fantastic. And then you've got Ashton Turner, and I tell you what, Chris Green, I think he's a proper player with bat, with ball, and in the field. So I think we're in for one humdinger of a game today.
Greenie will probably not like us reminding him of what happened to him the other night when he was out for a duck, unfortunately. So hopefully he's got that bit of bad form out the way and it all goes the way it should do from now on. But yeah, what a confidence booster that will be for Keaton Jennings. He's really been through the mill this season, but to have the captaincy restored and then to knock off 66 the other night, that took some real gumption to be able to do that.
Absolutely, and he'll have had to dig deep into his resilience, his character, and be really determined and get through a really, really tough time. But hopefully he's through that now, and that's coming out in his performances. And it was a top knock the other night, and to play the way he did. Luke Wells backing him up, supporting him superbly well and playing some great shots. You know, and they're batting first, so they got the chance to have the first go on here. Remember, this has been played on Thursday night, being played on by the girls earlier on today, and now again, so they'll be looking to get the best out of this, and it might just spin later on in the game.
Speaking of gumption, that final over from Tom Aspinwall the other night when they needed to get as many dot balls as possible, how were the nerves on that fella? Absolutely ice cold.
They did absolutely fantastic. About good young cricketer, developing. He's a good all-rounder, but to take that last over and ball the way he did so consistently, hit his lines, hit his lens under pressure, I think, outstanding performance.
Nottinghamshire have got some great players in their side. We heard a little earlier from Joe Clark. I mean, he is a real T20 expert, isn't he?
Brilliant player, isn't he? And the way he times the ball, he gets in good positions, front foot, back foot, runs hard between the wickets. Very good player, got good runs last night. And also Jack Haynes got big runs last night as well. So they're real you know, real good players that could cause Lancashire Lightning some challenges here this afternoon. But also they've got Moses Enriques, the experience performing. He's 38, something like that now, but with bat and ball, really good performer. And across their team, they've got some really good players. And I say, both teams have got some good players and good balance. That's why it's going to be a really good head-to-head today.
Daniel Sams as well, of course, part of their side, another player from the opposite side of Sydney, if you like, as far as the Big Bash is concerned. So they've got players in this side who know exactly what this format is all about. Nottinghamshire are going to be a serious force to be reckoned with this year.
Absolutely. I think in all formats, I think Peter Moore's the head coach, along with his coaching staff, and Mick Newell, the director of cricket, are doing a great job at the club. And I know there's a little bit of magic about this competition for Pete Moores, so I'm sure today they'll be wanting to put a performance on at Emirates Old Trafford. But it's there for Lancashire on the home ground with the home following to put in a really good performance and see if they can take away the win at the end of the day.
And fingers crossed they take some of that momentum from the other night through to this game as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Once you start changing your luck, you get a win. That carries on to the next game, it carries into training, the mood lifts, confidence grows, and hopefully backs up with another win tonight.
We're setting it up nicely, I think. Paul, thanks very much indeed for that. We look forward to this game. It should be an absolute cracker. Part 2 of the double-header here at Emirates Old Trafford on what is our Pride round as we support LGBT Foundation. Making sure that everybody knows that everybody who comes through these doors is welcome and safe. And of course, cricket is a game for all. We are keeping an eye on our fans who have made it out to the Sports Break Terrace. 3 of them who have gone over to some of the best seats in the house. They'll be absolutely loving it out there, I'm sure. A drink or two perhaps, and some of the best seats in the house to be watching what should be a fantastic game. Don't forget the Emirates First Ball Flyer coming up as well a little bit later on. But here's just a little reminder as to the rules of the Vitality Blast.
Each match is played by 2 teams of 11 players. Some are batters, some are bowlers, and there's 1 wicket-keeper. Both teams have a chance to bat and bowl. Look out for the coin toss. That's how they decide which team bats or bowls first. Each team has 20 overs to score as many runs as possible. The team with the most runs wins the game. 1 over is made up of 6 good deliveries from the bowler. To score runs, batters hit the ball and run between the stumps. If the ball reaches the boundary, it's 4 runs, and if it gets there without bouncing, that's a 6. While the batting team is scoring runs, the bowling team are trying to stop them and get the batters out by taking wickets. A few ways batters can be out are bowled, caught, run out, stumped, and LBW. Watch out for signals from the umpires, 4s, 6s, wickets, and these when a bad delivery has been bowled. Bad deliveries add runs to the batting team's score, and the bowler must bowl an extra ball. If you see the umpire doing this, the next ball is a free hit, and the batter cannot be out, bowled, caught, LBW, or stumped. And those are all the basics you need to know to get behind your team in this year's Vitality Blast competition.
Header from Emirates Old Trafford, and defeat for Lancashire Thunder in the first match. A very impressive run chase for the Blaze. What can the men do? Lightning up against Notts Outlaws. Scott Reed and David Lloyd in the commentary box. Good afternoon, Bumble.
Yeah, I watched the first game and it was a really good chase. The boundary has been pushed back now, and it is a huge boundary at Emirates Old Trafford towards the hotels. I'm sure everybody will know what I mean now, towards the hotels, towards the city, but that's the way the wind's blowing, across the ground. So, you know, if you're savvy and you're hitting that way, you'll be hitting with the wind, and it really doesn't matter about boundaries to these fellas. They will find it. There's a good crowd, a really good crowd. It's a lovely day. It's a bit blustery, it's a bit breezy, as we've mentioned, but it's nice and warm out there in the middle. It's the same pitch that they played a couple of days ago. The women have played on it, and it looks very dry. And Sophie Eccleston
spun a couple of balls. So Keaton Jennings has won the toss, decided to bat first on a dry pitch, a warm pitch. So I'd expect it later on in the game that it could just spin.
With that in mind then, David, they've gone for an extra spinner. They've gone for Charlie Barnard making his T20 debut, left-arm spin.
Yeah, and I think that's a home advantage and knowing what to expect. Luke Wood played in the previous game. He's gone back to England, so Charlie Barnard comes into the team, so they've got extra spin, and I should think that's why they've pushed that boundary back towards the hotels, which means that looking towards where the temporary stand usually is, there's nothing there now. That's not far, but you're against the wind. So again, you just got to be clever. You've got to think on your feet. It was great that they won the first game. They've had a bad week. Lancs have had a demanding week. But Stephen Croft, who's a thoroughly good bloke, and I think he's a tough guy. He knows this club. He's from Blackpool. You might say he's from the posh end of Blackpool. He's from Witham St Anne's. But he's a smashing bloke, and he's fairly new to coaching, and we all in Lancashire wish him very, very well. As we watch on screen, well, I mean, the Mercurial, Jimmy Anderson, he's just been bowling out there. He ain't playing, but he's been bowling out in the middle. He's signing loads of autographs. He's having his picture taken, and I could tell everybody in Burnley he's also smiled a bit, which is great. So looking forward to this game. As I say, the crowd is building up. You see the hotels and the balconies. I stayed there last night. I stayed in one of them last night. It's lovely. Love coming down and staying. I had a bit of a maraud round Manchester, and we might talk about that later on, yesterday afternoon, and I feel remarkably fresh today.
Excellent. That is impressive work from you, David, is that? Did you have a little balcony on your hotel room?
No, I didn't have a balcony. No, I can see the room that I had. I didn't have a balcony, but sometimes I get overlooking the building side. Depends, what rooms are available. But I had a pitch side view, but with no balcony, and it is nice. It's lovely to stay. I enjoy coming down and having an excuse to stay. And as we're looking on screen, there looks to be some best seats in the house. There's some easy chairs, some beautiful sofas. We can see a chap and his two young uns sat alongside, so it's a good scene. Plenty of food and drink to be had, and yeah, look at the old uns waving. It's marvellous. They're older than me, they are. Waving to everybody in the crowd. From the easy seats, there's one fella lying down. He's laid down on a big Chesterfield white sofa it is. It's a leather sofa. Fabulous.
They look quite comfy, those.
Don't they just?
Yeah. I'm going to suggest we do some commentary on one of them, but then again, it might just be too relaxed if we end up doing...
Well, we'd be side on as well, but I don't suppose that matters too much if we've got a screen.
Well, exactly.
But as I say, it's important. They won that first game. You win that first game, but Notts, I watched Notts last night. They were very impressive. Jack Haynes played superbly well, chasing down a big total. And if you look at the total so far in T20 Blast, there's been plenty of 200 plus. And so I think that teams are saying they're going to play with no fear, and they're going to find the boundary. And I always have a look. What's the boundary count? What's the boundary? Who's it most fours? Who's it most sixes? And so we're going to see some really powerful play today. And Lancashire with two new overseas players. Ashton Turner comes into the team from Australia. Chris Green, who we've seen before, comes into the team again. So there's a freshness about the team. And I wasn't here for the first game and against Worcestershire, but the word was it was an aggressive fielding team, which is what we want to see from Lancashire Lightning.
The victory for Nottinghamshire last night, Notts Outlaws, you mentioned that, David. They chased down 230 to win the game.
Yeah, played well. Yeah, they played really well. Jack Haynes.
Yeah, 89 not out.
Yeah. Yeah, he could have got 100. He just didn't get the strike right at the end. There's a bit of fancy dress going on. There's somebody. I mean, there's a group turned up as pizzas. I mean, Super Marios. I can see a few of them. Yeah. How'd you turn up? I'll tell you what we'll do, lads. We'll turn up as pizzas. Yeah.
It was like a pizza hat, wasn't it? Really.
Yeah. But it's shirt sleeve weather. There's no doubt about that. You get a t-shirt on, a pair of shorts, come and watch the cricket. 4 o'clock start, I like that, 4 o'clock start.
A couple of travelling Notts fans.
There's plenty in, there's plenty from Notts, they will follow the team.
We're not too far away from the start here, about 4 or 5 minutes. Just to run down that side in full for you, both sides in full for you. Keaton Jennings and Luke Wells, Matty Hurst, Michael Jones, Ashton Turner, Josh Bohannon, Chris Green, Jack Blatherwick, Tom Aspinwall, Mitch Stanley, and on debut Charlie Barnard. That's the Lancashire Lightning side. They're overseas. Turner and Green. Green coming back for a second season. He had a great year last year.
Yeah, he did, and I mentioned that freshness into the team, and also from the younger players. Aspinwall coming back into the team, Blatherwick coming back into the team, and Blatherwick is a wonderful fielder as well, and that is so important in T20 cricket, that you outfield the opposition. I used to say in these one-day games we didn't have T20, but we might not be the best batters, we might not be the best bowlers, but we will outfield this opposition, and we work really hard. And so what we're going to see, and as I've seen T20 Blast this season, the athleticism and the wonderful catches that are taken out of this world. But it's easy to understand because you come down and watch them practice. That's what they do. They practice these fantastic catches, athletic catches, on one-handed catches, diving catches on the boundary, and range hitting came down 2 or 3 days ago. And they were in the middle here at Emirates Old Trafford, and they were just whacking it towards the hotel, way back. So it's practice that gets you hitting big sixes.
Okay, let's head outside for our viewers on Lax TV. Here is Fraser.
Ladies and gentlemen, very warm welcome to Emirates Old Trafford. This is our Pride Round, and we're proud to be supporting the LGBT Foundation. Everyone coming through the doors here is welcome and safe. Ladies and gents, with a guard of honour from Duckingfield Cricket Club, please welcome our umpires this afternoon, Michael Goff and Steve O'Shaughnessy. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the pitch our opposition this afternoon, the visitors, the Nottinghamshire Outlaws. Emirates Old Trafford, are you ready? Please give a huge warm welcome for the opening batters for Lancashire Lightning!
As Jennings leads Lancashire out for game number 2, batting first. Element of that, or a large part of that, David, because it's a used pitch?
I think so, and looking at the women's game, that Eccleston just spun a couple, and I just went out, you have a look at the pitch and you see the ends are a bit bare, and the cracks are starting to appear, and just to look at it, you look at that top surface, it looks very, very dry. And so you've a chance, and they've looked at it, they've said we're going to play an extra spinner in Barnard. If they've dropped, if Luke Wood's gone back, they could have played Jimmy Anderson, or they could have played Sutton, but they said no, we think this is going to spin, we'll play Barnard, who's making his debut.
Yes, Jamie Overton ruled out of the rest of England's
finger
one-day internationals. Yeah,
I were down there. I were there for the one-day international. Yeah,
oh, nice.
Yeah, it was lovely. For the Blue for Bob Day for Bob Willis, the prostate charity. It was a fabulous day for the charity, £165,000, fabulous day. It was a great day as well. You always want the weather to be right. 26,000 in, they were very, very generous.
Nice. Good day all round then. Let's see if we have a good evening here at Emirates Old Trafford. We're going to see Dylan Pennington, who can fire it in with a bit of pace.
Watched him last week at Yorkshire, sustained pace, got 5 for championship game.
He's going to get things underway from the James Anderson end. There's a slip in place. There's Luke Wells on strike. And here we go. Pennington tearing in to get the game underway. Balls, and that's off the inner half of the bat from Wells. Just punched through mid-on. And he'll come back for 2. Looks over his shoulder and sees that Conor McCurt is throwing in from the boundary. So straight away, Lancashire Lightning are up and running. First ball of the game, couple of runs for Luke Wells.
I mentioned sustained pace in that championship game at Headingley against Yorkshire. He's coming back from injury. He's definitely on England's radar. And when I talk about England's radar, I don't think for the India series, but definitely for the Ashes. He's got pace.
Pennington for the Notts Outlaws, all in green. Wells down the pitch, hammers it out towards the leg side, over the rope for 6.
Well, I mean, that's perfect. When you're coaching, you just say to have a good look at it, have a good look, just get used to the light, get used to the bounce and the pace. Luke Wells says, no, I'll just hit it for 6. Smack down to the first hotel. That's the first 6. I think there's going to be plenty of them.
8 without loss. Nonchalant from Luke Wells, walking in towards the pace of Pennington.
He said he walked at him, didn't he?
It did. Must be crackers. Powerful start though by Wells, who set off nicely here on Thursday evening as well. Lancashire playing Worcestershire on Thursday night. Wells got 35, Jennings got 66, and they put on 80 for the first wicket, these two. 8 without loss. There's a deep mid-wicket now and a deep backward square leg. Here's Pennington in and bowls to Wells. It's pushed into the offside. No run.
Slow delivery. They've done away with third man. Third man has gone to deep mid-wicket. Just a slip. There's a slip in. Short, fine leg. Power play for the first 6 overs. Take advantage first 6 overs.
Yeah, just 2 allowed outside that fielding circle in the first 6 overs of the match. In comes Pennington, bowls to Wells off the back foot, trying to find a gap in the offside, but it's well guarded, the offside field, inside the circle. And there is no run. Jack Haynes, who got runs last night for the Outlaws.
Played well, really well.
Game taking place at Trent Bridge. High scoring game. Tends to be, don't they, at Trent Bridge?
Yeah, it will be at Trent Bridge. Very difficult to defend.
8 for no wicket. Lancashire Lightning batting first. It's Pennington to Wells. Drilled away through cover. Will he be... Oh, he's timed that beautifully for 4, actually, hasn't it? Raced away from the man at mid-off, chasing up towards the boundary. 6 and a 4 from the first 5 deliveries of the innings. 12 without loss.
And umpire Steve O'Shaughnessy has got into Pennington's ear for running on the pitch onto the danger area. That's one of the laws of the game. I'd do away with that. Get shut. Batters run all over it.
1 ball left in the first over. 12 on the board. All 12 for Luke Wells. A big wallop over mid-wicket for 6 and a lovely cover drive for 4. It's Pennington to complete the first over. Shuffled away off his hip this time by Wells, out towards deep backward square leg. And there is a single. First over done. Good start from Lancashire Lightning. 13 runs on the board straight away. Luke Wells, who's faced all 6 deliveries of that opening over.
Yeah, one slower delivery there. His first 6, he danced down the pitch and platted it for 6 over deep, long on. So that prompted that deep mid-wicket to go from third man, which really opens up your offside. If he's slightly off, Pennington and the bowler, if he's slightly off on the offside with 4 fielders inside that circle, he just beat one of them and it's 4. I'm going to start with, we start with spin.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt Montgomery from the Brian Statham end. In the power play, we saw Chris Green on Thursday evening bowled 2 of his 4 overs in the power play. In fact, and he bowled the second over of the match. Montgomery with some off spin, with Luke Wells on strike. Hiding the ball behind his back is Montgomery. And he's in and bowling, fizzed down the leg side, and a wide signalled by umpire Michael Goff, who's at the Brian Statham end.
This is Sun on the Rhine-like. Just walking in, Montgomery with the ball behind his back.
Wells waits, in and bowls, gets forward and pushes to mid-off. And there's no run. Jack Haynes fields.
Got quite a jerky action.
Here he is in again, bowls once more. Low full toss, hit back towards him.
Ooh, he gets away with that.
cracked pretty firmly, but straight back to Montgomery. Again, hides the ball behind his back. Wells taps the bat. 14 on the board. And balls eased away into the offside. Gathered at backward point. No run. This is Enriquez there fielding for the Outlaws. They've got two really stellar overseas signings. In fact, we've got some stellar on both sides from the overseas signings. It's down the leg side again by Montgomery. Wells trying to help it on its way. And by Goff stretching out his arms to signal another wide.
So that's a couple of wides. Offside's open if they can manoeuvre him through there. He looks to be firing it in from around the wicket on the angle towards the pads.
16 without loss, halfway through the second over. Jennings facing his first delivery of the match. He's been watching on from the non-strikers end, but Lancashire T20 skipper is on strike. Montgomery in towards him.
Oh, he's dropped him.
Great effort off his own bowling away to his right from a leading edge. Put it down.
He makes good ground. He has to go one-handed, right-handed. 2 or 3 steps outstretched. I don't think he gets his hand on it. It's his wrist.
A lot of ground to make up away to his right. Does it come off the wrist? Yep. Single here for Jennings. Just tucking the ball away towards the leg side. 17 without loss. 1 ball left for the second over. It's been an eventful first from Montgomery. A couple of wides in there. Half a chance as well. It's off the back foot and forced away down the ground by Luke Wells. Tumbling stop at mid-off by Jack Haynes. And there's no run. 2 overs gone. Lancashire Lightning batting first. 17 without loss.
Well, apart from the wides, that's an excellent over from Montgomery. Steadied the ship after that first over went for 13 from Dylan Pennington. Just shows you the change of pace, off spin. We didn't see anything spin, but he bowled it quite quickly. And the Lightning couldn't get it through the field or over the field, certainly trying. But he bowled around the wicket, got it straight into the pads. Apart from the wides, he's got away with it.
Yeah. Unforgiving challenge of trying to bowl spin in the power play too as well.
Yeah, but inevitably, invariably, you get some good overs, as we just seen. Change of bowling now. Pennington, after that 1 over comes out. Sams into the attack.
Yep, Daniel Sams. 2 Australians in this Notts side. 1 of 4 in the game, of course. He's got a long list of sides he's played for in T20 cricket. That's walloped away by Jennings out towards the leg side boundary, out to deep mid-wicket in fact, and all the way for 4. 21 without loss, Lancashire.
Stands tall, Keaton Jennings, back in his crease and then comes forward. He gets a short of a length ball from left arm over Sams and dispatches it on the breeze. Hit with that breeze.
Yeah, he played a big part on Thursday, did that breeze. Paul Allott was with us, Stephen Moore on Thursday evening, Phoebe Graham as well, and chatting about that breeze and pushing the ball over. Some big shots out towards that leg side, towards the hotels on Thursday. We've seen a couple already in this game.
Same field again. With that shot, there's a change. Now a deep mid-wicket. Third man has come inside the offside circle.
Here comes Sams. Over the wicket to Jennings, steps across the stumps and scoops it over his shoulder and down towards the boundary for 4 more. 25 without loss.
I love it, the way that these guys can do this. Extraordinary. A quick bowler, a big fella, and he just skips across and caresses it. It's just a tickle. There's no fielder there.
Fine leg, third man inside the fielding circle. Sams bowls again, muscled away to mid-wicket. There is a fielder out there for the Outlaws. Conor McCurt, just a single for Jennings. He moves on to 10. 26 without loss.
I can't remember who the bowler was, but the batsman was Brian Lawrie, and it's an international, and the bowler said, I haven't a clue what to do. He's hitting me good balls for 4. There was nothing wrong with that scoop shot. There's nothing wrong with that delivery. He's just decided, I'm going to play it down there.
Brings Wells on strike. He's 13 not out. Sam's in and bowls to Wells. Goes again, leg side. It's in the air. Oh! It's gone for 4 in the end. Conor McKerr with a diving effort on the deep mid-wicket boundary.
You're going to hear me lots of times, hit with the breeze, that's got on the breeze, and it looked as if McKerr was going to take this catch, but it's carried on in the breeze. He gets 2 hands, he's diving upwards away to his left, and he palms it, and it just bounces once before going for a 4 boundary.
It was a fabulous effort, wasn't it, to try and get something to it. It would have been a stunning catch. 4 is the outcome, 30 without loss. Sam's in, bowls again to Wells. Just nudges the ball away off his hip. They scamper through for 1. It'll be just a single. Takes Lancashire to 31 without loss.
Slow delivery, just took the pace off there. I couldn't see whether it's an off-cutter or something out of the back of his hand, but it's a slow delivery. He just dinks it into the leg side, gets a single. So, first over from that Jimmy Anderson, went for 13. This has gone for 14 so far, 5 deliveries.
3 fours and a couple of singles. Last ball of the third over into Jennings. He plays that in between the legs of Luke Wells, but beautifully pushed down the ground. It's a lovely shot for 4 more. Jennings moves to 14 not out, and Lancashire Lightning 3 overs in, 35 without loss.
Another slow delivery as he just steps down the pitch. I think that's a feature of these two, just playing forward. He just touches it, goes for 4. .35 then without loss. Off to a flyer, winning the toss. We'll have a bat, get off to a flyer. 35 without loss. It's going to be off spin from Montgomery again.
Yeah, second over on the spin from Montgomery in and bowls. That's worked out towards the leg side by Wells. Picks out Lyndon James inside the circle.
Yeah, he misses out there. He just missed out. He's right in the slot.
There is Montgomery in, bowls again. Flashed away off the back foot by Wells, out towards the leg side. James is there to field. Again, there is no run. Wells on 18, Montgomery bowls. Wells forces it through the offside. He gets it in between the gap and gets 4. 39 on the board now for Lancashire Lightning. Wasn't much of a gap there, David Lloyd, but he's managed to find a way through it.
They'll be looking at that offside. If he gets anything like off stump, which that one is, he's been trying to get leg stump. But the field's in on the offside. If you can get anything past the fielder, it'll just go for 4. Fast outfield here.
Did race hard, didn't it? 22 from 15 now for Wells. Montgomery bowls again, hammers it down the ground. Just be a dot ball cut off by Jack Haynes, low down to his left from mid-off. 39 on the board. Wells 22 from 16. Montgomery for the Outlaws, in and bowls and flicked away through the leg side this time by Luke Wells for a single. Takes him to 23, 40 without loss.
That spun. A little bit of spin. And I think it would spin more from this Brian Statham end. Montgomery bowling to the Anderson end.
1 ball to go of his second over. 5 coming off it so far. He's done well in the power play here, Montgomery. Oh, and that turns. And through to the keeper. End of the over. Good stuff from Matt Montgomery. 4 overs gone. Lancashire Lightning 40 without loss.
That definitely spun, the second one. The first one just a little bit, but that one spun. And that's what Lancashire would be wanting. We just got a shot now on screen, on Lancs TV. There's a giraffe led on the floor. I mean, he's doing all sorts of dancing, just a giraffe. I mean, is he out of quarantine or what? What's going on? Where's he from? Blackpool Zoo. How's he got here?
Stephen Croft gave him a lift.
Oh, that's it. It's got Crofts from Blackpool. He'd all live in St Anne's, of course. St Arms, sorry. There's in St Arms. Pennington.
Pennington to return, yeah. Over number 2 for him. He first went for 13. He's starting from beyond the fielding circle. Comes tearing in from a mile out. Big strapping fella in and bowls to Wells, who's shuffling half forward, then works a full ball off his toes out towards deep backward square leg for a single. 41 on the...
Slower ball again. Yeah, so I think that what he'll do now, Pennington and the quicker bowlers, having seen this very, very dry pitch, mix your pace up. Try and change the pace. And the batters, Lancashire batters, the Lightning batters, will want pace on. Come on, quicker the better, come on.
Turns and sets off again. Jennings on 14. Bends his knees and taps the bat and waits for Pennington, who's over the wicket and bowls. He steps across the stumps. Keaton Jennings trying to ramp it. It's gone down the leg side by Pennington. And the umpire, Steve O'Shaughnessy, calls it a wide.
And Pennington's not happy. He's having a dialogue with Stephen O'Shaughnessy. He ain't going to change it, mate. I could promise you that. I only did 3.5 years. I ain't changing.
No matter how much they sweet-talked.
No.
Pennington to Jennings. That's 4 slapped down the ground to the left of mid-off. And the Giraffe's in business here to do some fielding. 4 on the board, 46 without loss. Jennings to 18.
He's loving it. The Giraffe is waving to everybody. I thought he might have eaten it then. Another 4 for Jennings. You just watch Pennington. He's a big strapping lad and he races in. How quickly he pulls up after delivery. Doesn't follow through and drive at the batter.
Jennings on 18 weights. Pennington's in. Well, that's half an appeal for a little catch down the leg side, but a bit of cadeology from Pennington and from Tom Moores. Jennings with his shirt sleeves on today. Shirt sleeve day, isn't it? Nice and warm.
They don't get a review in this, do they? No review in this because it's not on national TV and there isn't a third umpire. We could do it.
You'd be perfect for it.
Perfect. Yeah. He's not out.
Crack on.
Yeah. Show me the replay.
46 without loss. Jennings slaps the ball out towards the leg side this time. To Calvin Harrison. We'll see him bowling some leg spin.
A
little later on.
From Northamptonshire Red Ball. He was on loan. Got 10 wickets here in the championship game. And he got 50.
He did, yeah.
Batted at 9, got 50. Good bowler, leg spin.
We'll see him at some stage. Pennington bowls to Wells. He's pulled it, but top-edged it.
Safe.
I think it will land safe. It does. 2 coming after it. Fell directly between the pair of them. Wells gets away with it. Moves to 25. 48 without loss.
Yeah, short ball, and he pulls it away, gets a top edge. The fielder at short fine leg and deep backward square leg, and it lands just beyond the umpire.
Yeah, Michael Goff at square leg. And he's radio there. Pennington into Jennings. Oh, goodness, he's clubbed that down the ground. It's a good job Wells got out the way of it. It's gone for 4 to bring up the 50 for Lancashire. 52 without loss. Jennings to 23.
A glove punch and a handshake at this 50. Another extraordinary shot. The pace of Pennington, and he takes a step down, gets forward and slaps it straight back past the non-striking batter. He's just slapped it, hasn't he?
Almost took his mate out at the non-striker's end.
You didn't see me interview, I did, with the crowd. I had interviewed half a dozen in the crowd, and the Nottinghamshire fans, and yesterday, yeah, we had a good win, yeah. And did you enjoy it? No, I didn't go. Great interview.
Montgomery's going to continue. Reverse sweep here from Luke Wells. It's stopped inside the fielding circle by Pennington. Wells moves to 26, 53 without loss. So didn't go to the home fixture, but I've come to the away one.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, the family, the full family, were about 6 of them.
Jennings on 23. Montgomery in, bowls, steps the leg side, tries to force it into the off. And there's Haynes again, who's been quite busy in a wide mid-off for the Outlaws. No run. He's bowled really well here, Montgomery. Final over of the power play, this. His 3rd. Reverse sweep again by Jennings this time. Just for the single. He's only gone for 11 runs so far, Montgomery. Halfway through his 3rd over.
Yeah, they've been trying to work out where to hit him. He's ball around the wicket. Well, he's bowling off spin. He has spun too. He's bowling it quickly into the pads.
54 without loss. Montgomery to Wells. Little skip down the pitch and then worked away in front of square on the leg side for a single. Moves on to 27. Lancashire Lightning 55 without loss. Second successive half-century partnership this between Wells and Jennings. Put on 80 for the first wicket on Thursday. 55 so far today. Jennings looking to try and swat it away to the leg side, but the ball deflects down towards Pennington at short third. No run.
Yeah, I'm just intrigued by this. He's bowling it that quickly. I just wonder whether he can get him down to fine leg somehow. Just get inside him to the offside.
Final ball of the power play. Hits it down the ground. Oh, Michael Gough gets out the way just about. I think Montgomery got something on it. It's gone for 4. But thankfully everyone's all right. Because that could have unravelled pretty quickly. 59 without loss after 6.
It's a good boundary for the Lightning. He gets a left hand to it. It's a powerful shot, round about head high. He gets a hand to it. It just evades umpire Gough. Rockets away for 4. Crowd are enjoying this. There's some good music in the women's game because they're called Thunder. So they had Thunderstruck on by AC/DC. I mean that's my type of music. That is.
It's right up your street.
Oh, Angus Young on guitar, Brian Johnson, Malcolm Young. I think Phil Rudd. I think he was drummer. I think so.
Any AC/DC in last night's karaoke bar?
No. I was quite one of the youngest in there. Hey, hey, hoo, hey, hoo. The 2 Frank Sinatras were in. Hit him highway. Go on, son. Go on.
There's Colin McCurr for the first time in the match. In and balls off the hit from Wells down towards fine leg. Just be an extra run to the score. 60 without loss. Wells on to 28.
I was sat with a bloke called Paddy from Belfast who'd had 6 pints and then decided I'm going to give him Frank Sinatra. Nearly emptied the place.
With this late at night? Or?
No, 5 o'clock.
Jennings on 28. Here's McCurr. From around the wicket, in and balls to Jennings. He goes high towards the leg side, behind square, down towards the boundary. He's gone for another 6. Jennings. He moves to 34, 66 without loss.
Yeah, down towards the tram lines. Boundaries in for about 15 yards, just at that spot. But hitting is hitting with that breeze. You get full bat on it, it's going for 6.
Wells hit 1 for 6 out toward deep mid-wicket. Jennings gets his first 6 of the game. He's on 34. Carved away into the offside on the bounce. Good stop at backward point. And the throw comes in and they do run.
Shades of Benny Hill, that. They're both running to the same end. They're shy at the stumps and eventually they get a single.
Yeah, there's quite a lot happened there for 1 run.
Yeah.
67 without loss. We're halfway through the 7th. Here comes McCurr for the Notts Outlaws. Wells on strike. In balls. Oh, it's a wallop by Wells. Over deep mid-wicket. In towards the sofas. Huge hit for 6. 73 without loss. Wells moves to 34.
Well, it's super batting, super play from Wells. Big levers. On that breeze again towards those sofas. Well into the sofas. Extraordinary hit. Didn't need the boundary rope, it's cleared the whole grass.
It's cleared the grass, it cleared the fence, it cleared the sofas.
Yeah.
Just sat there chilling out, enjoying the cricket. Wells wallops it for 6. 73 without loss. McCurr in, bowls. Wells picks it off his hip, down towards fine leg. There's half a chance for Pennington coming up from the boundary. Not sure if he carried or not.
No, he didn't. No, it bounces in front of him. He does well, Pennington. pulls it away down to fine leg, and it's do I go for the catch? Eventually he does try to get the catch, but he gets his body in way, he bounces and hits his body.
74 without loss, one delivery to go of the 7th over. Jennings 35, Wells 35, and Conor McKerr has gone for 15 so far from his first over the wicket this time to Jennings, but down the leg side. Good tumbling stop by Moores, but wide is the signal from umpire Steve O'Shaughnessy.
There's been plenty of runs from that Jimmy Anderson end. It's Montgomery that's steadied things down from the Statham end. They've all gone for plenty. The quicker ball was from Anderson's end.
75 for no wicket. Jennings waits. Here comes McKerr to try and complete the over again. Bowls to Jennings. Slow ball, back of a length, helped round the corner by Jennings, down to fine leg. Pennington fields. Jennings gets a single. He moves to 36. 76 without loss. 7 overs gone.
Okay, East End, your turn. Make some noise if you want a t-shirt. Come on, here we go. Hands up there. Give me a shout. Who wants one? Who wants it? You want one over there? Here we go. I'm going to go backwards for one. There we go. One under that way. There we go. One over in the corner. Any more? We've got a few more. Scream if you want a t-shirt. Come on, East End. Keep it going. Up there. One more over here. There we go. Next time. Next time. Thanks, guys.
What, for the day? How long do you get? How long do they send in you for?
Don't know. Just as 2 tickets.
Small print, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Half a day in Dubai.
Return trip.
Return trip on the day.
Actually, it's one way.
Yeah, you find your own way back. No, it'd be brilliant. So, first ball.
Indeed. Patterson White in and balls. Driven down the ground by Jennings, all the way, straight for 6 by Keaton Jennings. He moves to 42. Lancashire Lightning 82 without loss.
Well, these two left-handers will think they're in Dubai here. Left arm spin around the wicket to 2 left-handed batters. Off you go. Takes a step down and just leisurely hits it for 6.
42 from 19 for Keaton Jennings. 82 run partnership for the first wicket. Liam Patterson White. Spin, the name of the game from the Brian Statham end. Dropped into the onside by Jennings. Right towards deep mid-wicket for a single. 43 now for Lancashire's T20 captain. It brings Luke Wells on strike. Wells on 35. Here's Patterson White blowing into his hands and in and bowling to Wells. That just bounced a bit on Wells. Drops it away into the offside. Not skipper Joe Clark creeping around at short cover to field. Hands the ball back to his bowler. Patterson White sets off again. Wells on the reverse this time. Oh, it's a great shot. 4 from Wells. It's outrageous really to get that up and above the infield. He moves on to 39. It's 87 without loss.
Am I right in thinking when he was at Sussex, Wells, he didn't play much white ball cricket? Nope. Again, this is a brilliant shot for such a tall man. Inventive. How many has he gone for? I saw 11 in 4 deliveries, Patterson White. They're working overtime here, the captain of the Outlaws and the wicket keeper. Where should we put the fielders?
2 balls left of the 8th.
Oh no, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they've got 4 in.
Patterson White from around the wicket.
4.
Thickish edge from Wells down towards 3rd, running up towards the boundary. And as Bumble called it, 4 straight away for Wells. He moves to 43, level with his skipper now. 91 without loss.
There's no slipping. I think he might just open the face of the bat here and gets an outside edge and it flies away down to 3rd man.
Twirls the bat a few times, Luke Wells. He's in the groove when he's twirling. 1 ball left of the 8th. Patterson White to Wells, flatter and quicker. Just drops it away to the leg side. The bowler has to go chasing after it. Wells gets a single and he keeps the strike as well. 8 overs gone, 92 on the board for Lancashire Lightning. Terrific start here, Bumble.
It is a fabulous start. And again, winning the toss and batting first. Get off to a flyer and just maintain it. Keep this run rate going, because they're having real difficulty, the Outlaws, in stemming this. They're changing his bowlers, but they're still going for it, hitting the boundaries. Keep hitting the boundaries.
Pennington bowled 2 overs, Montgomery's bowled 3 and bowled superbly. 3 overs in the power play. Sams 1, McCurr 1, Patterson White 1. Lancashire finding success all around the ground. A couple of sixes in there as well. In fact, it's 3 of them. 2 of them. 4 of them, in fact. 92 without loss. Change up in the commentary box. David Lloyd's been replaced. Paul Shaw joins us here as Montgomery's back in to bowl his 4th and final over. Worked into the onside by Luke Wells, just out towards backward square leg for a single. He moves on to 45. 93 without loss. It's a blistering start.
It is just that. Good afternoon, Scott. Good afternoon, everyone. And certainly these two left-handers, both very tall in stature. Jennings and Wells are playing beautifully. Wells 45 off 29 and Jennings 43 off 20.
Punched away by Jennings through mid-off for a single. Moves on to 44, 94 without loss. Brings Wells back on strike.
Remember, this is a used pitch. It was played on Thursday night. It's been played on this morning with the women's team. Might just grip a little bit.
Appeal for an LBW there as Wells going back, trying to work it to the leg side. Half an appeal from Montgomery.
Certainly that's what Lancashire Lightning will be hoping for, that they post a really good total, and then he starts gripping a little bit. We've seen the ball spin so far a little.
Montgomery 2, Wells forces it away into the offside. Pick up and throw from inside the fielding circle by Enriquez. But they scampered through for a very quick single. 95 on the board now. Both edging towards their half centuries here. Wells 46, Jennings 44. It's dropped away for a single by Jennings. Played Montgomery very carefully here, but he has bowled superbly.
He's a consistent performer, isn't he? It's his lines, his lengths, and his little bit of spin.
Final ball of the over. Montgomery in off the back foot by Wells. Super stuff by Matt Montgomery. 3 of his 4 overs came in the power play, and he's only gone, I think, for 20 in total from 4 overs. That's outstanding work. Just talk us through what he's doing here with the ball hidden behind his back, and I'll bring Kevin Howes in.
Yeah, he's just hiding the ball there so the batter can't see what type of variation he's looking to bowl, or whether it's the orthodox spin, or whether he's just going to use a different type of variation that the batter can't recognise. So he's hiding that ball as long as he can, so he gives no indicators or no clues for both these experienced left-handed batters. Just a reminder of the score. Lancashire Lightning won the toss and decided to bat on a used pitch, and they had 96 fun on off 9 overs.
And here's the man who's been away. He's come back again. He's been away in Championship cricket, but he's back and he's turning out here for the Outlaws in T20. He's having a good time, actually, of it down there at Northants on loan. This is Kevin Howson we're talking about. And there's a run immediately off his first delivery. And that's just guided away behind on the off side. But they seem to be blessed with a few riches there at Trent Bridge. And I stop myself from saying all of a sudden, but it does seem as if things are really coming together very nicely for them. Harrison, meantime, in, and this has been pulled away. Is it going to carry all the way out to the field? No, bounces just short. Just behind square out there on that leg side. Boundary comes in. And without, again, wishing to get caught up too much in what's been going on in this parish, I think there's some real feeling in the way this ball's being struck from Wells and Jennings. They are striking it beautifully. 98 for no wicket, and that one is another one. It goes a little flatter out there in the same direction, this time from Jennings. He moves on to 47. They're both on 47, which is always handy. To have both 47 off 33 for Wells and Jennings 47 off 24. And this is Harrison bowling his first over. And caught up there. I'm not too sure as to what his problem was, Wells, but he's told everybody to stop. Now he's ready. Harrison will bowl to him down on the leg side. Actually, it turns across the face of him, and that's actually been perfectly placed for another 4 there on the onside. This is going so well here for Lancashire. We're seeing some brutal batting at times, some wonderful striking, and now some perfect placement as well.
Absolutely. The key here, he picks the length, rocks back quickly. Harrison's just dragged the ball down, and Wells has pounced on that, and more importantly, has split the two scouts out on the boundary.
And it's brought up a half century and a century for the team. Now this has gone high and straight. It's a big six. Oh, you tell me there isn't feeling in this. 57 for Wells, 109 for no wicket, one ball left of the 10th over.
What a shot that was. Let's just have a look at this replay. It's pretty full, great base, hits it under his eyes, full back face, full floor, all the way through, and he's absolutely smashed that directly straight, just over onto the players' balcony, actually, just in front of the changing rooms. What a shot that was. 109 for none off 9.5.
He's tall, he's strong, and he's making it felt out there at the moment. This time it is along the ground on the onside, so it'll just be a single. But what an over. 110 without loss after 10 overs. Terrific start here from Lancashire. Wells on 58. Jennings doing well to keep up with him at the moment, but I mean, they're two big strong lads out there, and they really are making it count, aren't they, at the moment?
Absolutely. And you know, the Lancashire boys, Lancashire Lightning boys, will have watched the game last night. Of course, the Outlaws had a wonderful win at Trent Bridge last night, didn't they, on a really good pitch, fast outfield, so they would know that they're going to have to post a total today. This is a different pitch, it's a used pitch, and the dynamics of the ground are very different. But I have to say that the Lancashire pairing of Wells and Jennings mean business today. They're playing beautifully, very powerfully, off front foot and back foot, and what a partnership that is.
Moises Enriquez, now he's done ever so well in his career. We've enjoyed his skills winter after winter in the Big Bash. If we've been looking on, listening and watching on, well, what can he do here? For the Outlaws, they need a breakthrough, and they need it as quickly as they can. So the Australian is in now, and that's smashed along the ground up to the long off boundary for a single. Not only a terrific all-round cricketer, but a good leader, a good captain as well. I'm sure he's offering plenty of advice out there, or at least was last night, and he would have had a whale of a time there at Trent Bridge. Both these teams this week off to winning starts in the competition. We know that their pedigree, both of them in this format, is something special. Enriquez bowls a little slower, and that's pushed their way on the offside, and up off the boundary comes the fielder, another single. It takes, I don't know, a certain amount of bravery, doesn't it, to mix. That's just his second ball, and he's already trying to vary the pace, as we say. I mean, massive experience, I know, but I still think there's an element of real bravery in that so early on.
Absolutely, because there's risk in the delivery. If he gets it wrong, he's going out the park, isn't it? But well spotted also by the Lancashire batter.
Enriquez into Wells, up onto his toes. They're being made to work just a little bit harder for the runs here, but they're still picking them up. Singles there on the offside. And when I say that, I mean there's a stop, think, OK, this isn't just coming in my arc here to launch it left, right and centre. I've got to really work it.
And I think certainly from Enriquez's perspective, what he's doing is just, he's bowling hard into the pitch. He's mixing up his pace, as you rightly said just a couple of balls ago, which makes it a bit more difficult to strike. There's nothing in the slot.
He's in again to Jennings. Again, he has to wait for it a little, but he does so. We'll pick up one, they think, or two, but settled for the one. So, oh, right into the side of the head there from Enriquez. But he's okay. A bit like myself. Shows no feeling in that area. 114 for no wicket. But that was a nice little bounce as he went to collect the ball. But you want to give credit, and rightly so, also to the batters, who've also had to just readjust here as well.
They'll be looking to hit, obviously, boundaries out of power play, but looking to hit corners and running for twos.
Enriquez to Wells, up onto his toes. And again, another one which just seems a little slower. But we haven't got the speeds here at the moment, but these are all singles as well. So this is better, if you like, from an Outlaws point of view, because they're not the boundaries anymore, but Lancashire still keeping that board moving along. One ball left to this 11th over, 115 for no wicket. He's not quick in pace, but he still has a fair run up here and approach from the far end. Enriquez bowls again into the offside. Again, another one. Looks like he's taken the pace off. And that one is a single to finish off. So that's 6 coming from that over. 116 for no wicket. That's another half century brought up. This time Jennings is 50 off 27 balls. Wells is 61 off 39. In terms of the pace that he's bowling there, he seemed actually to take the pace off certainly the last 5? Or,
yeah, I would say so. I think what he's recognised that the pitch is it is slightly worn in his gripping. So what he wants to do is take as much pace off as he can, so the friction on the pitch can grip the seam and slow down then after it's pitched, and cause the batters some real problems with their timing. We've seen early on that some of their shots have been wonderful, very powerful, but a lot of the time it's been really short or really full, so they've been able to pound. So the last 2 or 3 overs we've seen a slight adjustment in strategy from the bowling unit.
11 overs, 7 bowlers used. I mean, how many there with one? Sams, McKerr, Patterson, White, Harrison, now Enrique. All just the 1 over so far. Montgomery's got through 4, Pennington 2. This is the continuation. Is that going to be a no ball signal there? Harrison, it is bowling. I thought I saw a little bit of a twitch from the umpire, but clearly it's nothing personal, Michael, but it's a bit of a twitch you have there. He signals nothing. 100 and... Well, the board's all reading slightly different. I'm going to go with 117 for no wicket at the moment. This one's in the air, but it's going to be safe out there through deep mid-wicket. And it's just going to be a single. Harrison into his 2nd over here. But we are in that sort of territory, and we have been for a few overs, in fairness, where for the Outlaws it's good to make it a little bit tighter, but they really need wickets. They really need to break up this partnership. That's reverse. How far has that gone on reverse? It's been the fielder, it's a 6. Oh, that's travelled some distance. I'm hopeless on yardage, but that really has gone some distance, and just the skill.
What an incredible shot that was. That's outstanding, Jennings. He's picked the length, he's made his mind up, and what he's going to do, he's going to reverse this probably 70 yards, maybe more than that, clearing his front leg over the boundary. I've never seen anything quite like that. He's not just cleared the boundary, he's cleared it by a number of good healthy yards. What a shot that is.
Very little back on that as well. It was all in the timing, and that's gone straight. Is there anybody down here just in front of us? Well, no, there isn't. Well, it's gone another 6. Successive 6s here. This one straight takes Lancashire up to 130 for no wicket. And now this is a race between Wells and Jennings to see who can get ahead of one another. Jennings has moved to 63 off 30.
What a shot this is. This is very pleasing on the high. Really full ball from Harrison. It picks it, gets his arms through the ball, hits it straight down the ground and carries the boundary. 6 runs.
This is crisp from Lancashire at the moment, and it's pushed into the offside, and there will be no run. I don't want to get my competitions mixed up, of course, but I know this is the T20. But this is still crisp. It is still crisp indeed. 130 for no wicket. 1 ball left of the 12th over. Harrison round the wicket, in bowls and driven along the ground for a single. Well, this is really good, but the point has been made by Paul that at the end of that over, so that's 12 overs gone, 131 for no wicket, that they have so much skill. Clark, James, Haynes, Enriquez, Moores, Montgomery, just to name just the top there. They have got to get a lot of runs here against a team like this. They really have, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Absolutely that, and that will be in the back of their minds. The 2 batters, Jennings and Wells, they'll be thinking, gosh, this batting lineup of the Outlaws is really impressive. We really need to bat them out of the game as much as we possibly can.
Well, that's 29 runs from Harrison's 2 overs. It's expensive. Enriquez is going to carry on here from the Jimmy Anderson end, looking to ramp that, and it gets it away really cute and clever again. Is it going to get to the boundary? Yes, it does. Just ahead of the fielder.
What a shot again this is. Premeditated shot. Just a little lap over the keeper, in between the keeper and short fine leg. Unbelievable shot. Jennings moves on to 68.
Pennington tried to chase it down. He's a big frame to get after it. I'm glad he didn't really throw himself too much to the ground there to drag it back in. Just had the better of him anyway. 135 for no wicket. 13th over. Enriquez in again, continuing to look for the wickets. Again, a slower ball. There'll still be a single up to long off on the boundary. That board keeps on moving along. Enriquez in his 2nd over. He's gone for 11 runs so far. Maybe it is just damage limitation. I say they need the wickets. Well, at the moment, just tighten it up a little bit. But the form these 2 are in, and look at this. They're chasing the bird off now. I'm telling you now, if I'm that bird and I've been watching closely, I would not want those 2 with a bat to get anywhere near me, because I could end up in Altrincham. That is something. He's flown off. I'm pleased for the pigeon. Enriquez Now to Wells. Hope that doesn't spoil their concentration.
He's got it.
On big, straight again. Is that gone for 6?
Yeah.
Yes, it has. Just over the rope in front of that wonderful, iconic pavilion here at Emirates Old Trafford. That's seen some fine shots, and I tell you what, it's seeing some pretty splendid stuff at the moment as well from this Lancashire pair. They take the score to 142 for no wicket, midway through the 13th.
What a great shot, Ian, down the ground. Wells picks that one up here, moves down the pitch, hits through the line of the ball on top of the bounce. What a great shot. It's a really good shot because Enrique is actually taking the pace off here and balled into the pitch.
Look at the keeper. He's got the helmet.
Yeah.
He's coming up now. This is, again, requiring a little bit of bravery and fairness, but it has to be done.
Yeah.
Going to try and keep them in their crease, make sure they can't use their feet. Wells is on 68.
There we go.
Does he get an edge? No, it sits up quite something. That was quite sharp, that lift, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It bounced, didn't it? That's the ball again, gripping hard into the pitch. We can see seam ball hard into it. Did bounce. It did bounce. Good bit of keeping there from Moores.
He's just gone in there as well. He had to be alert. So, Enrique is back to his mark, trying to slow it all down as well. That's an interesting element. We'll talk about that in a minute, maybe. And this time it's in the air, but it's going to be safe. It is going to be fielded, or at least it should be. It's a single out there on the offside. I just wonder whether Notts could be thinking about. I know you get your overs in a certain period of time, but at the moment this is carrying on at such a pace and in such a way. This is Lancashire. I just wonder whether they just slow it down a little bit out there.
Yeah.
I suppose we had a bit of a break for the helmet coming on. But I'm just wondering in this over when Henrique is actually thinking that very same thing here now. He seems to be taking a lot longer to get to his market and come in. He's into Jennings now on 69, slammed into the ground, but that'll just be for a single. Just slowing it down. The pace is all going one way.
Yeah.
13 overs gone, 144 for no wicket. Wells 69, Jennings on 70. Well,
I think it's a good point you make, because actually it's affecting the rhythm of the game, isn't it? And trying to take the game, or just wrestle a little bit of that momentum back.
I thought I just saw it in the last maybe 3 deliveries of that over. Everything just seemed to slow up a little bit.
And that could well be the experience of Henriques, couldn't it?
Could be. Or it could be just like me, he's getting just a little bit older, and therefore midway through his second over it takes him a bit longer to get there. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. 7 overs remain, 144 for no wicket, and we have another Australian getting involved here, Daniel Sams. It's not a good turn for Essex down the years, but here he is for the Outlaws, and he's going to come in and bowl. And he's bowling to Jennings, who looks to ramp that one away, and he does.
Goodness,
the timing is just impeccable. I mean, this is Daniel Sams, for heaven's sake. First ball, you're down and you're playing a shot like that. It's a 4.
What a shot that is. Just got inside the line, got almost down on one leg, and just flicked the ball over the wicket keeper for 4 runs. And that, at that pace, incredible skill now. Incredible skill in the game. Some of the shots the batters are playing, and specifically that type, incredible.
It's a bit cheeky of Luke Wells at the other end to actually be talking with Michael Gough as to how well he's played that shot. Sams, in ball short.
Well bowled.
And goes to hook that one away. But again, although it was short, I think maybe it took a bit of pace off and just looped through to the keeper. This is a good battle. I mean, it's a battle that the batters are well and truly winning at the moment. But still, every ball with the experience, I hate to bang on about it, but so much experience out there with the bowling at the moment. Enrique is, Sams. Yeah. This is a real challenge for them as well. Terrific entertainment.
It's a great battle, isn't it? Great battle.
And it's Jennings on 74. He's crouched now. As Sams comes in again short. But this pulled away for a single. So I say they're just going to have to settle. If not for the wickets, just on trying to keep things as tight as they can.
There is a length on this pitch. It's just short of a length, hard into the pitch, as you pointed out, in terms of offering then variations on speed. It's just that, so the ball's coming in just round about tummy height, as opposed to being too full or too short. Saw it the other night when Lancashire played here against the Rapids. That's the length.
This is Wells on 69. Sams bowls to now the left armour. Well, that was almost something that punched him in the stomach playing that shot. But you know, the most awkward looking body shape, and he gets a 4. Just manages again with the timing just to pull it away there. I mean, he really looked so awkward playing that shot, and it's a 4.
He was tucked up there, but he managed to get enough on that ball to get it behind square and beat deep square leg. for another 4 runs. Wells moves on to 73 off just 44 deliveries.
Well, all this entertainment, but it's not stopping him from having his pasta, which is good news. Healthy. This is very healthy eating on a Saturday afternoon. 153 for no wicket. Next ball, Sam's again slower on the leg stump, tickled away very fine. It's going to be 1. And another 1 to the total. Well, we're looking big here. Of course we're looking big at this stage. Lancashire 154 for no wicket with 1 ball left to the 14th. So we've got 6 overs after this. I mean, you're talking 230, 240.
230-ish, I was
230,
thinking. Yeah. In and around that.
Maybe being a bit greedy for the 240, but you
never know.
They get going. Sam's in, bowls, and again takes the pace off, and that's a dot ball. Now, can we just stop and pause and just pay homage to that dot ball, shall we, this afternoon? A religious moment. 154 for no wicket. Wells 74, Jennings on 75. Well, take it from here, Borshaw, and then...
Okay, A-stand, here we go, your turn. Who wants a T-shirt? Make some noise, come on. There we go, 1 in there at the front. 1 over there, 1 over there. Let's get a few more over there. Come on, keep making some noise if you want a T-shirt. Who wants one? A few guys over there. What about you guys over there? Last one, who wants it? Who wants it? There we go.
14 overs. 6 overs left.
Brutal batting, isn't it? Thank you, Paul. We're going to bring Bumble in to see us through towards the final 6 overs of this Lancashire Lightning innings. Brutal batting by Wells and Jennings. It's been brilliant to watch from Lancashire's point of view. It's made for pretty tough viewing for the Notts Outlaws. 74 from 45 deliveries for Wells, 75 from 39 balls for Keaton Jennings. 4 sixes each in this total of 154 without loss. David Lloyd, wow.
Fabulous, absolutely fabulous.
154 without loss. Here is Harrison in and bowls and hammered down the ground by Luke Wells for 6 more. 4 or 5 rows back, arrow straight, Wells to 80, 160 without loss.
Towards the old pavilion, and again, straight over the grass. Fabulous. And he's straight over the umpire's head. Tell how straight it is. There's no fielder, well, there's certainly no fielder in front of the sight screen. Sat in the stand.
80 now for Wells. 160 these two put on so far. We're almost in record-breaking territory here for T20 partnerships for Lancashire.
What is it?
170.
Who was that?
Jennings and Alex Davis. 2020. So the back foot punched away through the offside by Wells for a single. He moves on to 81. 161 without loss.
Have any of them had centuries? They will have, will they? T20 centuries? Any of these two?
That's a good question. Let's have a look. So Harrison's in 2. Jennings, that's worked away into the onside.
2.
And they agree. Jennings moves to 77 not out. Keaton Jennings has 1 T20 century in his career. And Luke Wells, he has a highest score of 66. That's worked into the onside by Jennings for a single. I'm surprised by that. Luke Wells, yeah, T20 highest score 66, so has not had a century.
Well, they both got a great opportunity, just blazing away. Wells is 81, Jennings is 78.
Here is Harrison in to complete the over. Oh, he's gone again, big. Oh, wow. Luke Wells, goodness me. It's a monster hit again to that deep mid-wicket boundary. 170 equals Lancashire's highest T20 partnership.
Just a swing of the bat and the levers that he gets into this towards the first hotel. It's a whacking shot. So much, it's raining 60s here. It rains rain usually. Crikey, it's incredible stuff. A crowd, I mean, the crowd must be absolutely loving this.
That is a 6-6 for Luke Wells. Jennings has hit 4 in this, what is now equal highest partnership in T20 cricket for Lancashire. Jennings was involved in the previous highest, yeah. Jennings and Davis back in 2020 against Durham at Chester Street.
So 170. Who's coming on now? Pennington. Pennington from the Statham end. 5 overs remain. So that, I mean, they'll be looking a minimum 10 and over gets 220. They'll be looking beyond that. They will. The field is flying all over the place. They don't know where they're going.
Fine leg, deep backward square leg, deep mid wicket, deep point. Pennington in, bowls. Jennings furious with himself that he missed out there and punches the bat in frustration.
I think this is all something for Lancashire Lightning as well, for the quicker bowlers take pace off. That's a slow delivery there from Pennington, that he's tried to work it over third man. Third man's inside the circle, he misses it, it's a dot ball. They're precious, a dot ball at this stage, because they're getting clattered.
170 without loss. Pennington tearing in from the Statham end, over the wicket, balls, short, pulled, 6 more. 6 for Jennings, and that now is Lancashire's highest partnership in T20 cricket. Jennings to 84.
If Bruce Springsteen had been on stage there, that would have hit him. It's an absolute cracker to that shorter side. Short ball from Pennington. They've all been there. I don't know about Rolling Stones, they've not been here, have they? Look out in the crowd, it's coming your way. How many 6s now?
10.
Crikey.
In fact, that was the 11th. It's the 11th between these two. Pennington bowls to Jennings, pulls it out towards the leg side. Calvin Harrison on the boundary fields. Jennings gets a single. He moves on to 85 not out. 177 for no wicket halfway through the 16th over. Reminder, the Notts Outlaws last night chased down, well, 230 to win.
Yeah, they did. I watched that. They played very, very well. Jack Haynes, 89 not out. So they need all the runs. I mean, this is great fun if you're a Lightning fan, but they need everything here.
Wells on 87 waits. Here's Pennington. Oh, he steps away, Luke Wells, as Pennington was in. I don't know, it was the pigeons that put him off. He apologises to the bowler. Something put him off.
Benny Hill again.
He's been popular tonight, hasn't he? So they've been a Benny tonight. I'm blaming the pigeons. They were all pecking away at short extra cover. 177 without loss. Pennington to Wells. Uppercuts it. Does he clear the infield? He might be going here. It's a good catch. Really good tumbling catch by Matt Montgomery. And it ends a magnificent partnership. Wells has gone for 87, but he shared a partnership worth 177 runs with his captain, Keaton Jennings.
And that was terrific from Jennings. He came down and just said to him, well done, mate, well done, partner. That's a special innings. Who's next in? After the Lord Mayor show, he said, one of the Australians. Ashton Turner's coming in now. This is a good catch just over his right shoulder. I think is it Montgomery who takes the catch, which breaks this partnership, but my, they've played so well. The top score for Luke Wells in T20 cricket for him, but Jennings is still there. He's on 85 from 44. Outrageous stuff. Ashton Turner, a lad from Perth, not the Scottish one either.
4 Aussies on show in this game, 2 on each side. Ashton Turner's got a pretty tough task here, but maybe not, actually. Maybe a nice place to come out and bat when the team's got 180 on the board.
Has that beat the record, 177?
It has.
It has. By 1?
By 7.
By 7.
Previous highest, yeah, 170.
170.
Standing from Wells. much relief for the Notts Outlaws, but that might just feel like a little bit of relief. 177 for one. Pennington in balls to Ashton Turner. That's pushed away off the front foot back to Dylan Pennington, who fields low to his right off his own bowling. No run.
Well, 1 wicket down, just the man for a crisis. Ashton Turner to come in just in his last 5 overs. 1 delivery to go, and then there are 4 remaining. Pennington coming to the end of his 3rd over. 1 for 32 for him. OK, this over, just 7 from it.
Final ball of the over. Turner waits. Here's Pennington in and bowls. Pushes that away off the back foot out towards point for a single. Lyndon James is fielding for the Notts Outlaws. So 16 overs gone, 4 remaining. It's been a pretty impressive effort this by Lancashire Lightning, but they will need all the runs definitely, with Notts with a powerful batting lineup and on the back of a big score last night at Trent Bridge.
They'll just be hoping that this pitch spins. With Lancashire Lightning playing 3 spinners, Barnard coming in for his debut, left arm spinner. But I mean, it's perfect for those 3 spinners that you've got a big total. There's something to bowl at, but they'll need all of them. These last 4 overs, they'll need everything. Who's going to bowl now? Who's this? Harrison. Look at his figures. 3 overs, none for 45. They've got to target him again.
Final over for the tall leg spinner in and balls, and Turner drives this one along the ground through extra cover. They turn and they come galloping back for 2. Turner moves on to 3, 180 for 1.
But ideally they want Jennings on, get Jennings on strike, but there's 2 from Turner. That's good.
Turner on 3. There's Harrison in and balls. That's whipped out towards the leg side by Turner. Just for a single. Lyndon James comes from behind square on the boundary to field. Turner moves to 4. 181 for 1.
Yeah, he's just said there, over to you. Just get a single, over to you. So Jennings again, and Fields changing. Fielders 1, 2, 3. A deep long off, deep long on, deep mid wicket, deep square leg, deep point. Rolling in the deep, it's a Dell time.
Full and driven by Jennings through mid-off. Jennings moves to 68, not out, 182.
Important that they get boundaries now. This is not bad from Harrison. 2, 1, 1.
.182 for 1. Turner on 4. And looking over his left shoulder, hitting into the breeze towards that leg side boundary. Instead, he thick edge over the keeper. Oh, and fumbled. Put down by Pennington. Oh, it looked pretty routine, but Pennington made a meal of it.
It's just hanging in the breeze. You go and catch that, looking at the replay now. Oh, he gets 2 hands to it and grasses it. He almost gets a handful of fresh air.
Turner takes a single, moves to 5, 183 for 1. Harrison bowls to Jennings, who's sweeping out towards the square leg boundary. Just for 1, he moves to 87. Lancashire Lightning are 184 for 1.
This is a good over from Harrison. 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Lightning need a boundary here. Turner on strike.
Can you get through the over without conceding a boundary? Flat and quick to Turner, who chops that away into the offside, and it'll just be the single. So tidy stuff by Calvin Harrison, and in truth should have had a wicket. 185 for 1 at the end of the 17th over. Jennings on 87, Turner on 6.
I'm just thinking about the game last night where they chased down 230, and that will have taken something out of the team. It will. And then to travel to Emirates Old Trafford and do it all again, and this is going to be a big total. 18 deliveries to go. I mean, I'm being greedy and saying, can you get 2 a ball, 36, 220? So they'll be saying, Peter Moores will say, right boys, that's less than last night. Less than last night.
Daniel Sams from the Brian Statham end. 3 overs left. Turner on 6. Sam's left arm over the wicket, throws it wide, but too far wide, off stump. And called away by umpire Goff.
Just about hits the cut strip, so that's an easy one for the umpire. Sometimes they can be contentious. There's a blue line there that's a guideline for the umpires. If he gets outside that, and sometimes it can be marginal and the bowler starts rocking. Mentioned earlier, he ain't going to change his mind.
185 for 1. Sam sets off, starts again, ball slapped away by Turner through the leg side, up off his toes, and swatted out towards mid-wicket. Takes a single. Montgomery comes up from the boundary to field. Turner moves on to 7. 187 for 1.
So just one delivery. So a wide and then a single. Jennings gets the strike. He's 87 from 46. He'll be looking behind him. Third man is inside the circle. Fine leg is inside the circle.
Sands for the Outlaws in. Balls clobbered down the ground by Jennings. Has he got enough to clear the man? He has. 6 more for Jennings, into the 90s now, the Lancashire T20 skipper.
Oh, as soon as he hits this is travelling. Do you know that's hit the bottom of the bat as well? He's not nailed that. He hasn't got that out of the middle. It's hit the bottom of the bat and gone for 6. 93 from 47.
And it's 193 for 1. Knocking on the door of 200, Lancashire Lightning. Sams in once more. Balls to Jennings, throws it wide, carved out through the offside. Oh, bouncing just in front of Harrison. And for a second didn't know where it was. And Jennings comes back and that's 2 and moves to 95, not out.
He does well, Harrison. This is another teaser that he hits flat. Down to deep long off. Should I go for the catch? And it just drops on him. He gets his body in the way. Didn't know where it was, but they do get back for 2. Jennings, 95, 1 hit.
Well, he's had 6 sixes in this innings of 95. 7th would bring him his 2nd T20 century. Sam's in, balls to Jennings. He's gone for a big hit, but it's in the air.
No.
Gone.
Oh.
Caught by Clark inside the circle at extra cover. Ends a magnificent knock, though, by the Lancashire T20 skipper. Has gone for 95. Caught Clark, ball Sams, 195 for 2.
Well, what an innings. Really, really special from Keaton Jennings. Captain of the T20 side. He relinquished the red ball captaincy. Must have been a difficult time for him, but he's just expressed himself here. Played fabulously well. He's peppered the boundary. He got Lancashire Lightning into a wonderful position at 195 for 2. Jennings, 95 from 49. Gets the congratulations of his team. And he's talking to Chris Green about spin. Chris Green, one of the spin bowlers. And we're talking about which end is spinning a bit more. It's a good effort.
Shared a record-breaking partnership with Luke Wells. Both falling shy of centuries, but both entertaining a very good crowd inside Emirates Old Trafford for this T20 Blast fixture.
Who's in?
Michael Jones joins Ashton Turner, and Sams is in and balls to Jones. Works that to the leg side for a single for his first run. 196 for 2 now.
How many deliveries? 12, 13 deliveries are left. One problem is that you got 2 new batters. No question of just let's have a look. They've got to be guns blazing. 2 wickets down. 196 for 2. Turner on strike, 7 from 7.
Final ball of the 18th over. Here's Sam's. Been a mixed bag for him, but he's had a wicket. Looking for another. Fires in a Yorker. Dug out by Turner, and he'll come scampering back for 2. Throw comes in towards the bowler's end. Jones has made his ground. Turner does add 2 to his total. Lancashire move to within 2 of 200. They're 198 for 2. 18 overs gone. Turner on 9 and Jones on 1.
Yeah, it's a good 2, is that? It was nip and tuck, but they ran well. Very athletic. 2 overs to go. Who's going to bowl these last 2 overs? Patterson White might. Oh, Patterson White. He's bowled 1 over for 16. Left arm spin.
For the penultimate over of the innings. Patterson White from the James Anderson end. Michael Jones on strike. Fielders at long off, long on, deep mid-wicket, deep backward square leg, and deep extra cover. Off edge of the boundary rope. Here is Patterson White in, bowls to Jones. Let's push that through mid-off for a single. 199 for 2.
I think this is the end for left arm spin, particularly to right-handed batters. Can they hit him straight back down the ground? He'll be bowling it flat.
Patterson White to Turner, muscled away through the leg side. Oh, he's gone past it. As Kerr, too costly in the end. Does bring up the 200, that as well. 201 for 2. Lancashire Lightning.
Yeah, push hard, put fielders under pressure, and like that, change the 1 into a 2.
Patterson White into Turner. It'll drop and go into the offside. They scamper 1. Clark is there for the Outlaws fielding. Single pushes the score to 202 for 2. Brings Jones back on strike. So far by Patterson White. Very, very good stuff. Just 4 off the first 3 deliveries. Went for 16 off his first over. It's Patterson White. Hammered away over extra cover by Jones. Maybe worth a single. Montgomery out on the long off boundary. 203 for 2.
I mean, they've only got 2 deliveries now. Where can I get a boundary?
Turner tasked with that job right now. He's going on the reverse this time.
Oh, caught.
Brilliant catch. Fabulous work. Moses Enriquez with a wonderful catch as Turner went on the reverse. Great work inside the circle to get Lancashire 3 down. 203 for 3.
Yeah, it's a brilliant catch, is this. On the reverse sweep, it looked 4 all the way. Enrique just diving away acrobatically up to his left with 2 hands, gets it right on the edge of the circle. So that's a good timely wicket for the Outlaws. Yard either side, it would have been a boundary 4, but they pick up another wicket. More importantly, there's no run from that, so this is a good over from Patterson White. 1, 2, 3, 4 from it and a wicket. New batter is Hurst.
It's a fabulous effort, isn't it, by Patterson White, if he can get through this delivery.
Yeah.
16 off his only over prior to this, and he's asked to bowl the penultimate over of the innings. Super comeback from Patterson White into Hurst, who's playing and missing, and taken by Tom Moores. Good stuff by Patterson White. Lancashire got 6 balls left. They're 203 for 3.
But with the partnership, the massive partnership of 177, and you break that, get a new batter in, and then it becomes a little bit more difficult. They've actually, the Outlaws, just dragged this back. You look at a commanding total, 203 for 3, but it looked as if it could have been 220, 230. Still 1 over to go. Who's going to bowl this over? Sams will bowl that over. 3 overs, 1 for 41. It might not be Sams. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It is, Sam.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
It is. So 3 overs, 1 for 41 for him. 6 deliveries. 203 for 3, but both batters are new. Jones has only had 3 deliveries. Hurst has had 1. Boundaries, thinking boundaries. Where can I get them?
Here we go, final over of the innings. Sams for the Outlaws, in and bowls to Jones, throws it wide, and he carves it up and over cover out towards the boundary for a single. Jones moves on to 4, 204 for 3.
If you were in as a batter, you'd be thinking that scoop shot over the keeper, because third man and fine leg are inside the circle, but they're both new. You've got to just try and get used to something, but you'll be looking around. Where's the gap?
Hurst waits as Sam sets off. Left arm over the wicket, balls to Hurst. Trying to scoop it over the keeper. Is Hurst, makes no contact with the ball.
I thought he'd look that way. You just look round and think, well, that's an opportunity behind the wicket, but what else is there? Because there is a deep square leg, deep mid-wicket to that long boundary, deep long on. Clear mind, have a clear mind, stand still, watch the ball.
As Hurst does, waiting for Sams, in and bowls, drops it short, pulls it with the top edge over the square leg umpire. And he wants to, Hurst, he'll come hustling all the way back for a second. Made his mind up quickly, he wanted to be on strike, I reckon too. Matty Hurst, pretty eager. He gets his first runs, he moves to 2, Lancashire 206 for 3.
Yeah, it's a short ball, almost a bouncer, and he pulls it into the leg side. He does well that he doesn't get full bat on it and gets 2. So Sams again, from that Patterson White over was a good one, the previous one. So Sams here, single, dot ball 2.
3 balls left. Can they find a boundary or 2? Hammered away through the offside by Hurst. It won't reach the rope on this occasion. Picked up by McCurt. They'll come back for a couple more though. They're running hard, Hurst and Jones. Hurst moves to 4 now, 208 for 3.
5 from the over, 2 deliveries to go.
Seems strange to say that a score north of 200 might not be enough, but it might not be enough.
No, they got 230 last night at Trent Bridge, smaller ground.
We go, 2 to go. In comes Sam's ball.
Oh, yes.
Hurst. Hurst gets the boundary. Hurst gets the 6. Slog swept out towards deep mid-wicket. Just what Lancashire were hoping for. 214 for 3 now, with 1 ball to go.
Yeah, the last over to the right-handed batters, hitting with the breeze. And he connects right out of the screws, out of the middle of the bat. Matty Hurst stands and admires this. Misses all the grass again. Into the stand. That's helped. 214 for 3. Last delivery, so 10-11 from this over. That's good.
He wanted to be on strike, Hurst. He's made the most of it too. Final ball. Sams to Hurst. In and bowls. Swats it away to the leg side. He'll hurry
2.
1. And they will turn. And they'll try and force 2. And in the end, they'll come back pretty comfortably for a second. And it's finished a pretty busy over that. The big hit for 6. They've run well. They've finished on 216 for 3.
Well, it's a commanding total, it really is, but you can think about the Outlaws last night, chased down 230, so they're not going to be fazed by it. What have they got? They've got a really good pitch, but it's a big total. 216 for 3.
OK, let's get some reaction. We can head to Fraser, who's pitch side with Luke Wells.
Luke, absolutely fantastic innings from you, 87. You must be delighted with that.
Yeah, thank you very much. Obviously very pleased to get a proper score individually, but more importantly, a proper team total, and I think potentially above par, hopefully.
How much did you and Keaton give each other confidence, because he was smashing it all over the place as well?
Yeah, obviously we enjoy batting together. I think we complement each other pretty well. We talk about the game quite clearly to one another, and yeah, so hopefully that will be a match-winning total.
216 is a big total. What is it going to take from you guys to defend that now?
Well, I think it's obviously a used pitch. It is spinning a little bit, so hopefully we can utilise that to our advantage. We've got Charlie Barnard coming in today to give us another spin option as well, myself, Chris Green, and we've got a great pace attack as well, so I feel like we've got more than enough in the tank to defend it.
Best of luck, Wellesley. Thank you very much indeed. Luke Wells there. Will he be the bowler who gets the first ball flyer a little bit later on? We shall see, because obviously if Wellesley is the first one with the ball and he takes a wicket on his first ball, the Emirates Old Trafford Old Flyer could be winning you 2 tickets to Dubai. 216, Lancashire made a magnificent total. That was some batting performance, Paul, wasn't it?
Absolutely fantastic, mate. I think 177, I think might well be a record for T20 cricket here for an opening partnership.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Wells outstanding, 87, and Jennings, that 90 odd that he got and took the game as far as he has and got that batting impetus. Absolutely brilliant. 216 here's a total.
It is a massive total, but we've got to remember the fact that Nottinghamshire Outlaws last night chased down 226 against the Bears. So the job's only half done at this stage, isn't it? Big time.
Absolutely, and I think that has to be their focus. We know we've got a decent total. We know the pitch is beginning to slow down and spin a little bit, and they've got a couple of spinners in the side, which is important. But also they know that Clark, Haynes last night got big runs and knocked off a big total. So they'll know that Lancashire lads will know that they'll need every one of the runs scored there today.
What was really interesting, I thought, when Keaton Jennings came off, he was taking the applause from the crowd, but he was straight over to have a word with Chris Green and telling him exactly what the pitch was doing.
And I think that's the quality of the man. You know, a really good cricket brain, understanding, but coming off straight away. It's not about him and his runs he scored, it's about the team and helping the others have the information they require about the pitch and the conditions and the opposition to go out there and post a total.
216, the Lancashire total, then that is the total they are going to have to defend against the Nottinghamshire Outlaws. That run chase is coming up very, very shortly, along, of course, with the Emirates first ball flyer.
Two names rich in history, Barton's, our family-run business with over 100 years of experience in drinks distribution, and Lancashire Cricket, a club drenched in tradition, heritage and globally recognised moments. Since 1917, Barton's has been supplying the finest wines, soft drinks and premium beverages across the UK, partnering with world-class brands to bring unforgettable experiences to every occasion. Now, we're excited to announce we will be bringing that same passion to cricket fans at Emirates Old Trafford. As the official wine, spirits and soft drinks partner of Lancashire Cricket, we're elevating matchday experiences, hospitality and celebrations across the next 3 years. From the first ball to the final cheers, Barton's is here to make every moment one to savour. Keep an eye out for some familiar brands such as Guinness, Celavino, VK Hooch and Britvic. Barton's and Lancashire Cricket, a partnership built on passion, unforgettable moments and history.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary.
Welcome to the opening day. Oh, that is a wonderful shot.
This is a call for hungry dreamers and hard-working self-believers. Success is down to more than just luck and talent. It's striving to be the best, breaking the boundaries and never giving up. Are you ready to become your best self? Are you ready to unlock your greatness? So what are you waiting for? This is Education Evolved. This is UA 92.
So here at Lancs as a club, it's important we create an environment where people feel they can talk openly about their sexuality, whether they're a fan, a player, an employee, a guest, anyone that walks through our doors, really. For both of you, in your opinion, why do you think that whether it's players, managers, coaches feel uncomfortable about sharing details about their sexuality? Obviously, they don't have to, but what do you think the barriers are, especially within cricket?
Yeah, I think I think cricket is really great in lots of ways, and I think we shouldn't beat ourselves up. Like we're not perfect. Nowhere's perfect. We reflect society that's out there, and that's a reality, and that's a huge challenge, I think, particularly in the men's game for gay men and bi men in particular, who feel like from a societal perspective, it's not always that straightforward to come out. I think for a lot of people, certainly in the players that we've worked with, a lot of them have not always had really positive experiences in their younger days, so perhaps at school or in local cricket clubs if they played locally, and that can be that can really put people off. I mean, if you have one bad experience as a gay person or an LGBTQ person in cricket, that can kind of put you off for life, or at least for quite a few years. So it is a huge challenge within the community. I think there's an issue around, when you're working out who you are in a way. You're usually going through, your teenage years, maybe into your 20s. It can be quite a turbulent time in people's lives. You may not think instinctively to come out at your local cricket club when you're 16, 17. There are people who do, and that's fantastic. But many people will withdraw from environments that they don't feel is totally safe, like Andy was sort of talking about. People might not feel totally safe in those environments. So I think it's a combination of a whole variety of different things. I think where cricket is getting better is that we're getting better at talking about these things, like you were just saying. We're getting better with visibility. We're not quite there yet, but we're improving every year. And I think by talking to players in the professional game, as well as people at the recreational level, people who manage and deliver the pathways at county clubs and things like that, we can start to change the culture and the way they think about the way they work with players, and to create environments where people feel quite happy to, hopefully come out, because coming out is really important. Like if you, I spent years playing cricket, closeted, and so my teammates knew nothing about me. And they knew everything about each other. And it got to the point where I was like, what am I doing? Like, I feel like the world is closing in around me. Nobody knows anything about me other than the fact that I turn up on a Saturday and bowl a few overs and try and bat. And coming out was a huge relief. So I think it's really important that people feel like they can talk about themselves. They can talk about their partner, what they do at the weekend, and things like that.
"1864. We were first class then, and we're first class now. With a dream to spread cricket through Lancashire's towns, where girls and boys, with willow and leather, become more than a badge, but the red rose together."
A club where more than legends are made, but friendships, obsessions, moments replayed on our screens, in our minds, in our hearts forever. Because it's who we are, our DNA, the red rose together.
Stay them, Briggs, Jimmy, Freddie and Josh
To the
Chapman,
pitch, Michael Goff and Steve O'Shaughnessy.
Kate Croft.
And our opposition this afternoon, the batters for the Nottinghamshire Outlaws. Emirates Old Trafford, the boys are in the huddle. Are you ready? Please give a massive cheer for your very own Lancashire Lightning! So, ladies and gents, So, ladies and gents, who's it going to be, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see who has the ball first. Is it going to be Charlie Barnard? It's looking that way. Don't forget, ladies and gents, if we get a wicket from the first ball bowled by Charlie Barnard, somebody is going to be going to Dubai with the Emirates first ball flyer. Who wants 2 tickets to Dubai? Give them a big cheer, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go with the first ball of the Lancashire bowling. It's Charlie Barnard. Are you ready, Charlie? Here we go, ladies and gents. Give him a big cheer.
So the Outlaws innings is underway. He's straight into the action on his T20 debut for Lancashire, Charlie Barnard. First over of the run chase. Lyndon James, Joe Clark, the 2 opening batters for Notts. Play back towards him. He goes leaping low to his right across Clark, who's at the non-striker's end, trying to cut the ball off, but another single. So both batters are underway.
So Charlie Barnard is orthodox left arm spin.
He's got Clark on strike and his left arm spin from around the wicket from the Statham end. Sweep attempted by Clark. Off an appeal from Barnard for the LBW. So 6s are plenty when Lancashire Lightning were batting. 13 of them. And that score of 216. Barnard's in and bowling. It's off the back foot by Clark. Worked down the ground for a single, which actually equals the most 6s that Lancashire have hit in a T20 match.
Right.
13 6s is still the record, but Lancashire have equaled it in their innings. It's hit firmly by James. That'll be 4. Down towards the boundary. It's long off. 4 for James, and Notts moved to 7 with that loss.
Yeah, it's a good shot. Uses his feet. Comes down the pitch nimbly. Gets it on the half volley.
It's Barnard to complete his first over. Plays forward. Defends back down the pitch, and Charlie Barnard goes bouncing away to his left to stop it off his own bowling. And able to breathe a little bit easier now. I'm sure there are a few butterflies there on debut, opening the bowling. But gone for 7 in his first over.
Well, he's in the game straight away on debut, get into the game. He's come out of that okay. If you consider the first over of the Outlaws went for teens, I think it went for a 13 from Pennington.
Yes, he did.
And so he's got some credit there. Who's sharing this? Is this Stanley?
It is.
Oh. I watched him in practice. Crikey, he bowls some rockets.
Can he send down a few rockets in the game here? It's a 7 without loss. Target of 216. Correction, 217 to win. Stanley in, bowls, no ball.
Oh no. Oh no.
Free hit. Stanley overstepping. And a free hit signalled by umpire Steve O'Shaughnessy.
And he's told him how far by. It's about 2 inches. Oh.
So free hit this. 9 without loss. Mitchell Stanley from the James Anderson end. Clark on strike, in and bowls, swing and a miss, and a great take, one-handed take by Matthew Hurst. Terrific effort from the keeper. In fact, he's so good, he gets a couple of his teammates coming up to tap him on the back, say well done. Went flying, one-handed.
That's pace as well. Way above his head.
He sprung into action, did Matthew Hurst, the keeper. Could come back from Stanley. Bowls again. Another play and a miss from Clark through to Hurst again. There's no run.
These two will know each other. Clark from Worcestershire, Stanley from Worcestershire.
It's a lively start from Mitchell Stanley.
I wish we had like we used to have round the boundary. How quick it used to flash up, didn't it, around the boundary?
The speed gun.
Yeah.
A tall, strong man. He's in and bowling. Throws it wide off stump as Clark steps to the leg side. Another play and a miss. Again through to Hurst.
Do you know he swung a couple? The last two are swung outswing away. And Clark, what he's trying to do is step away to the leg side and get him over third man. No ball and 3 dot balls.
The third man is a deep backward square leg. It's Stanley in, balls to Clark. Gets bat and ball this time, and it's over short third, down towards the boundary, and into the pitch covers for 4 runs, 13 without loss.
But he's played the same shot to every ball, so it looks as if they know that he's going to bowl back of a length, outside off stump. So they're stepping away, just giving themselves room leg side. There's a short third man inside the circle, so you just flay at it, it'll go over his head.
Kept Charlie Barnard in that position. Short fine leg Ashton Turner. And Stanley for Lancashire Lightning. In and balls clubbed away by Clark. Off goes Aspinwall to catch up with it from mid-off. They hurry back for 2. And Clark moves to 8. And the Notts Outlaws 15 without loss. 1 ball left of the second over. Target of 217 to win.
Yeah, again, just come out of this over, Mitch Stanley.
Having overstepped with his first delivery. No ball, free hit. Comeback's he's been excellent. 1 ball remaining of his first over of the day. In and balls to Clark. Carved down towards wide third. Blather! Oh! Went for it. And almost got something on it. It would have been an absolute stunner again, wouldn't it? But he wasn't far away.
Is this Jack Blatherwick diving away to his right, and he just not just there. It bounces a couple of times. So that's a good finish to that over. As the Outlaws are 19 without loss. Will Barnard bowl again? No.
Yeah, Tom Aspinwall, who bowled the final over of the game on Thursday evening, bowled out beautifully to help Lancashire win the match against Worcestershire on Thursday. It's the third over of the innings here today. He's got Lendon James on strike. 19 for no wicket. The Notts Outlaws. Here's Tom Aspinwall into James. That's muscled out towards the leg side. There's 2 on the leg side boundary. One of them's Chris Green. And he's round quickly to it. Denies the possibility of a second. He's so sharp across the ground there, Green.
Yeah, it's important that you've got your best fielders in that strategic position to stop the 2. Powerful throw in from Green. Stocky ball at Aspinwall. Bustles in.
He sets off again, slightly leaning forward and straightens as he comes in and bowls a full-length delivery on off stump. It's punched away by Clark. And it's fielded by Turner at cover. There's no run. 20 for no wicket. Ring of field on the offside, short third, backward point, cover, extra cover, mid-off. Short fine leg, there's a mid-on, and then the 2 fielders in front of the second hotel on the leg side boundary. Aspinwall in, hammered to cover, gone. Clark departs for 12. Turner takes the catch, and Aspinwall picks up his first wicket. Notts Outlaws 20 for 1.
It's a flat cover drive to extra cover. He hits it straight to him. Safe hands of Ashton Turner. Important that you get your wickets in that power play. Just get a new batter in. Stop the momentum. Full length ball. And Clark looking to get a little bit of room leg side to hit through the offside, and finds Ashton Turner at extra cover. First strike then to Aspinwall and Lanks.
George bowls and runs on with some drinks.
But you need a drink after 2 overs. have a drink after 2 overs. Well, not 2 overs, 9 balls. You get thirsty, don't you? Old star of the show last night, Jack Haynes. His dad was Gavin Haynes, played at Worcestershire.
Yeah, 89 not out last night for the Outlaws.
He did, he played well. Watched it.
Chased down 230 to win last night. Here's Aspinwall, 2. Haynes plays it late and runs it down towards third man. Throw comes in from Jones. Haynes gets a single. His first run, 21 for 1 in the third over. Two balls left to go.
Good over so far.
Aspinwall balls again.
Oh, bowled him.
It's a beauty. Full and straight and too good for James. 21 for 2.
Well, a thrilling delivery is this. Always good. I think he gets an inside edge, or it's hit his pads, but it's a Yorker. Well-directed Yorker. Get it full, get it quick. What a start for Tom Aspinwall. A couple of wickets in his first over. Take wickets. Put pressure on a team that's chasing 200 plus. Great delivery. I think it's come off his pads. Let's have a look. We've got a replay on now. Angled in. It's got to come off his pads. Full and straight. Leg stump. Half a pint. Half back.
2 wickets in the over for Tom Aspinwall. And it felt pretty good for this young Lancashire bowler. Full, straight, off the pad.
It's come off his back leg, and it swung late. It swung in late. The benefit of bowling as full as you can. Here he comes again.
To complete the over, 21 for 2. Aspinwall. And it's a low full toss, which Enriquez chops away down towards third man. Jones feels, but good stuff from Tom Aspinwall. Bowled beautifully on Thursday evening, right at the death, to help win the match for Lancashire Lightning, and he starts off superbly with the ball today. 22 for 2 after 3, the Notts Outlaws.
2 dangerous players in now for the Outlaws, Haynes and Enriques. 22 for 2 after 3 overs. Who's going to bowl now? They'll change. I think they'll change again. They'll keep changing. 1 over here, 1 over there. It'll be Chris Green, so more spin.
Yeah, Green bowled at least 2. He might have been bowled 3 of his 4 in the power play on Thursday night.
Just on screen, Steve O'Shaughnessy quite randomly has measured the bat. He's got this contraption that goes over the bat to ensure that it's not too big.
He passed the test.
Yeah.
Enriquez on strike. It's a Green from the Anderson end. 22 for 2, the Notts Outlaws. He's in and bowling. Trying to drag it down towards fine leg is Enriquez. Just deflects away into the onside, picked up by Hurst, who comes from behind the stumps to field. So dot ball to start the 4th over. A big gulp of air from Chris Green. Bounces in, bowls once more. Driven away, good stop. Jones low to his right. They do get a single, but that was hit firmly. Low down to his right, kind of palms it away like a goalkeeper almost. Tipping it around the post.
They've got some agile fielders.
23 for 2. Haynes back on strike. Green strides in once more, bowls, and just dropped away into the offside. Blatherwick's quickly onto it. One of 5 fielders inside the circle for Lancashire Lightning on the offside. Dot ball. Green starts again. Haynes on 1. Long on, deep square leg on the boundary rope. Hit firmly towards mid-off where Aspinwall fields. Shies at the stumps. He actually hits the stumps. The ball ricochets away. No extra run taken.
You've always a chance of a single with the fielders right on the edge of the circle. They're not actually in saving one, they're trying to save the boundary.
Yes, they're kind of almost starting, a few of them, from outside the circle,
Yeah.
and then coming in by the time the bowler delivers the ball.
No, you've got to watch them. You've got to watch them.
Blatherwick's just beyond the fielding circle, slowly creeps it over. As Green's in, nudged away to the leg side by Enriquez for a single. 25 for 2. And that's Outlaws. Turner comes up from the boundary.
And this is one of these quiet overs, 2 dot balls, 3 singles.
Green completed. Continue the quiet theme. He's over the wicket to Haynes. Thickish edge down towards short third where Wells fields. Dot ball, super stuff from Green. 25 for 2, 4 overs gone. Target of 217 to win for the Notts Outlaws. Live from Emirates Old Trafford on Lancs TV. We're on the BBC Sport website tonight, 5 Sports Extra, and across BBC Radio Lancashire as well.
They need 12 and over from now on in. Those are 2 superb overs for the Lightning. Aspinwall with his 2 for 3, 2 wickets for 3, and then Green comes in just a couple of singles. 25 for 2, going at just over 6 and over. They require 12 and over from now.
To get somewhere near in for a thrilling finish. Aspinwall to continue. 2 wickets in his last over. Dot ball to begin his second of the game. Pushed away to Charlie Barnard. That extra cover. No run, 25 for 2. Aspinwall from the Brian Statham end. Enriquez on 3. Aspinwall bustles in, balls again, back of a length, carved away down towards wide third. It'll be 4. Been a boundary for a while. But Wazis Enriquez finds one there, 29 for 2.
Yeah, short and wide. Just waits for it and plays it quite late. Real safe shot. He doesn't want to be on that length. You get carted on that length.
Enriquez moves to 7. That's his comeback. Shuffles his way back in again. Over the wicket, balls full of delivery this time. Enriquez drags it out towards the leg side off the inner half of the bat, bouncing up towards Jones at mid-on inside the circle. Get through for a single. Good comeback.
Yeah, that's a wicket delivery. Roundabout leg stump. Very, very full.
30 for 2. Haynes waits for the Outlaws. Here's Aspinwall in and balls, and comes back in towards Haynes. He works it to the leg side again. Jones feeling at mid-on. Through for 1.
He is. He's that fuller delivery. He's just getting. Well, of course he will do with this breeze. It's just swinging back in nicely.
It's not quite blowing a hoolie at Emirates Old Trafford, but it's strong enough to help the ball and to help the bowlers from time to time. Carved away by Enriquez. Good stop at backward point by Bohannon. Then Wells completes the fielding. Get through for 1. 32 for 2.
Slower delivery. Yeah, again, just 7 from the over. Last delivery coming up.
Haynes on 3. There is Aspinwall in balls, short, pulled, behind square on the leg side. Blatherwick in position to field, just the single. And a good comeback from Aspinwall. Short and wide, which would punish for 4. And he sent down follow-up 4 deliveries, were right on the money. 32 for 2 after 5 now.
Well, he just bowled that last delivery back of the length into the body, just thinking, well, that's the safe option. If I go for my Yorker again and miss it by a foot, this 4. If I bang it in at his body and he pulls it away to that long boundary, they just get a single. And he gets out of the over.
Breathe a sigh of relief. 33 for 2, he's bowled beautifully, as he did on Thursday night. So Green replaced and Mitchell Stanley returns. And Haynes on strike. Off the hip. and just over Luke Wells and out towards the boundary for 4. And as soon as he got it over the tall frame of Wells, skipped off this quick surface, didn't it, all the way for 4.
He's not middled this, and they're looking to get on the back foot. It's at the bottom of the bat, just clears Luke Wells, who's very tall. That's a shorter boundary, gets 4.
37 for 2 now. Final over of the power play. Mitch Stanley for Lancashire Lightning, in and bowls, goes full onto the leg stump and flicked away down to fine leg for 4 by Haynes. He's on to 12, 41 for 2.
You see this so often that there's a quick bowler, and again that just needs a nudge on it, and it goes right back into his stumps, way back. Jack Haynes, he's tried to get his Yorker in, it's slightly off leg stump, just needs a tickle for.
Back-to-back boundaries. Haynes to 12 now. Outlaws 41 for 2, chasing 217. Stanley in and bowls, can do nothing but defend. That comes back in towards him. He just taps it back down the pitch, and Stanley fields off his own bowling. And there's no run.
Walking back to his mark, Mitch Stanley, and he's got a frown on his brow.
Sets off to come back in again. Haynes waits, bat about stump height, comes skipping down the pitch towards him, and he followed him, did Stanley. Angled it in towards him, and then brings the bat down and chips it out towards Green at mid-on for a single.
Yeah, quick delivery. Angled in towards leg stump, very full.
42 for 2. 2 deliveries left of the power play. A couple of wickets lost for the Notts Outlaws in the power play. Got 40 runs, 42 runs so far. Stanley bowls again. That's a really big hit by Moses Enriquez out towards the leg side, where the party stand will soon be, but it isn't there at the minute. Rattling over the boundary, over the covers, and out towards the concrete for 6.
Yeah, bouncing around in the concrete. It's a length ball. Just a swing of the bat for a quick length delivery, which now it's gone for 8, 14, 15 so far. They can't find the ball. Where's the ball?
Rattling around by the concrete for a minute or two, but looks like it's in decent shape still. Final ball of the power play. Played down towards third man. Awkward bounce for Blatherwick, who gets in behind it to field it. And Enriquez adds 1 to his score, so he moves to 16. That is 6 overs gone. Haynes 13, Enriquez 16, 49 for 2, and that's 6. Helping just to put an extra punch into that power play for the Outlaws.
Yeah, 16 from the over. So that helps the cause of the Outlaws. And you look to the heavens as he took his sweater and his cap, Mitch Stanley. You know, he's quick bowling, but it just needs a tickle on it. Just slightly offline. You know, the 6 was a length ball. You think that's a good ball. It's going to hit the stumps. Picked up into the concrete. Another bowling change, and he's ringing the changes. Spin again. Luke Wells.
Yes, leg spin from the stay of the men. Plenty of bowling options for the captain, Keaton Jennings. Wells into Enriquez. Oh, that's 4. That's hammered away through the offside. Picked it quickly, Enriquez, and with great power drives the ball away through the covers for 4. He moves to 20, 53 for 2.
Yeah, they've settled in, of the Outlaws, particularly Enrique. Quickly into his stride, finding the boundary.
It's 20 from 11. Brings up the half century, that the 50 on the board for the Outlaws, 53 for 2. Goes back this time, pulls it out towards the leg side. Chris Green is on the deep mid-wicket boundary to field. 54 for 2 now. Get through for 1.
They are dangerous, these two foreign players for the Outlaws.
Fresh from runs last night at Trent Bridge and looking for more in Manchester tonight. Wells in. Haynes off the back foot. Again, drags it away to the leg side. Field is set back on the leg side, so Chris Green has to come up from the boundary. And by the time he does that, Jack Haynes takes a single. He moves to 14, 55 for 2.
You'd say Wells is a leg spinner, but he doesn't spin it.
To Enriquez, who's down the pitch and launching the ball high over the leg side for 6. They need a few more of them, but they're starting here with Moses Enriquez, who gets his second 6. It's 61 for 2 now.
Well, there's real intent from Enrique as he comes dancing down the pitch. Chris Green is out there, but it sails over his head.
10 yards beyond the boundary rope, isn't it? So 4 to start the over, a 6 in the middle of it. Looking for more here. Again, dragged away through the leg side by Enriquez out towards that deep mid-wicket boundary. It'll be a comfortable 2. It's such a big boundary there, and the fielders are right set back towards the rope. Chris Green having to cover quite a bit of grass on that leg side. The deep mid-wicket. 2 to the total, 63 for 2. 1 ball remaining of the 7th. There's Wells. Balls again, pulled again. And it could be 4 more again. It is. In between Blatherwick at long on and Green at deep mid-wicket. Slapped away by Enriquez for 4. End of the 7th, 67 for 2.
Well, they've recovered well. 6, 10,
14. Okay, B-Stand, you know what time it is. Who wants a T-shirt? Come on, here we go. One over there, one over there, one over there. Keep yelling if you want a T-shirt, make some noise. Here we go. You guys at the front there. You guys at the front there. You over there. Come on, make some noise. Who wants it? Right at the back. Keep going. Last one. Who wants it? Here we go.
Let's see Jack Blatherwick coming into the attack from the James Anderson end, replacing Mitchell Stanley. 7 overs gone. Target of 217 to win. And here is Blatherwick for the first time with the ball today. Haynes on strike. In and balls to Haynes.
Oh.
He's pulled it, but he's got more of a top edge on it. He might be in danger here. No, it falls safe. Aspinwall running back from mid-off. And in the end, it dropped probably 4 or 5 yards, maybe a little bit more than that, in front of Tom Aspinwall, and they'll shuffle back for a couple.
It's lucky there, Haynes. He didn't quite time that, did he? He looked slightly rushed and got a top edge, but he just managed to evade the mid-off, who was right on the edge of the circle.
Yeah, a bit of good fortune. 69 for 2. Haynes on 16. Here is Blatherwick in. Balls down the pitch. He's got a hold of that one, that's for sure. Up and over mid-on. Oh, actually, it hits the grass, it plugs, but then just has enough for it to spin over the rope. And it brings Jack Haynes 4 more. 73 for 2.
Haynes comes down the pitch here. Didn't quite catch it perfect, but enough height on that and to clear the infield. And it just plugs and then runs over the boundary with a little bit of spin. So, yeah, the score 73 for 2. Haynes on 20 off 13. Henriques, the dangerous Henriques, and experienced Henriques, 33 off just 15 deliveries.
He is all that, isn't he? He's dangerous, he's experienced, he's played loads of T20 cricket. They've got lots of runs in their side of the Notts Outlaws. There's Blatherwick into Enriques. A big appeal for LBW. He's looking to try and whip it away to mid-wicket. Blatherwick fancied it. Umpire Steve O'Shaughnessy doesn't. Maybe a little bit too leg-sidey. What do you reckon? 74 for 2.
Leg side, or whether it's was he slightly high? I'm not sure. It could have been, looked a bit little bit leg side, didn't it, just going down. But yeah, 74 for 2. Current run rate is 9.87. Required is 11.44.
Jack Blatherwick. Beautifully played by Enriquez. Yeah, just deflects it off the face of the bat. We've seen some down towards third man for a single. We've seen some real brutal batting today. Wells and Jennings was a bit ridiculous, really. Enriquez has hit some fantastic, powerful shots. That was just lovely.
Lovely, beautiful, lovely hands, lovely hands. Just runs it down to third man. Plays it very, very late under the eyes and just it run off the bat face for them.
75 for 2. Jack Blatherwick from the Anderson end. Bowls, pace off, hit firmly, back towards him. Gets something on it as Blatherwick. Maybe even trying to deflect it onto the stumps at the non-striker's end. In the end, they've shuffled through for a single. Haynes moves to 21, 76 for 2.
And the Outlaws require 141 runs to win from just 73 balls. And we've had a great day's cricket so far. Tight game earlier on. Players just getting over the line against Thunder. And we've got a good game here.
Blatherwick balls pulled away behind square, leg side. Jones will chase after it. In the end, Jones will watch it fly over the rope for 4.
Really well timed there. Henriques has just picked up the length quite quickly, rocked back, let the ball come in under, just on top of his hip, and just manages to use the pace behind square for 4 runs. And ball goes pretty quick. 8 overs gone. 80 for 2.
We have had a good day's cricket, haven't we? This is the second of the double header. We had a wonderful run chase, the Blaze, beating Lancashire Thunder earlier. I mean, it's a fantastic run chase. That was chase 170.
If you're a neutral, that's a really good game of cricket, isn't it? Good standard. We saw some good bowling, some good fielding, some great batting. Unfortunate for Lancashire Thunder not to be able to get over the line, but for the neutral, great game. And this, 216, I think it was, in the Lancashire's batting innings, and Notts having a good go at it.
Yeah, Charlie Barnard returns. Left arm spin, fizzing one in towards Haynes, just off the back foot. Trying to force it away into the offside. Can't get it past Keaton Jennings.
Barnard's going to have to go into the pads here. He's got 3 on the leg side boundary. There we go.
Swept away by Haynes. It's in the air and it bounces safely in between the 2 fielders. It's a good stop by Green. And a quick piece of work to throw in towards the bowler's end. But for a second I thought one of those 2 were in the game.
Yeah, me too, and that's what they're out there for. They're there to stop the boundary, but they're also there to take the opportunity. As Barnard comes in again.
Haynes waits, goes leg side and hits it straight to Jennings. Debut wicket for Charlie Barnard. Jennings, his skipper, takes the catch. Haynes, danger man with runs last night for the Outlaws. He's the man out for 23. And a memorable moment for Charlie Barnard on debut with his first T20 wicket. 82 for 3 now.
The big wicket of the dangerous Haynes as Barnard comes round the wicket. Ball just grips and just spins a little bit, and Haynes tries to get it over extra cover, but it's really well caught there by Captain Jennings. And the big wicket of Haynes, the dangerous Haynes, goes. So Lancashire Lightning delighted with that. Disappointment for the Outlaws. In walks Peter Moores, the coach's son. Tom Moores walks to the wicket. The wicket-keeper has now got a white ball contract at Notts, and playing his second game of the T20 Blast. Just a reminder that the Outlaws require 135 to win from just 69 deliveries.
Nice moment for Barnard with his first T20 wicket. He opened the bowling as well. He's in the game quickly, wasn't he?
In the game. Sometimes, it's the best thing, isn't it? It's to get straight in as quick as you possibly can, get into the game. And it's a risk, I know that, but to be fair to him, he's bowled really well so far.
82 for 3. And balls to Moores, which rocks onto the front foot. Drops the ball into the onside. Keeper comes from behind the stumps to field, no run.
There's just signs, Scott, that ball's beginning to grip a little bit more. We saw a couple spin in the first innings, and now it's spinning that a little bit more.
Slog sweep attempted by Moores. It thuds onto his pad as he tries to launch it out towards the leg side boundary.
It's not just spinning, it's just holding in the pitch a little bit as well, so it makes it difficult to strike.
Final ball of the 9th over. Barnard flattened a little quicker this time. Playing a miss from Moores. Super over by Charlie Barnard. Just a couple of runs and his debut wicket. He is bowled beautifully so far tonight. 9 overs gone. 83 for 2, the Notts Outlaws, chasing 217 to win. Paul, I shall leave you in the company of Kevin House.
Yeah, what a great afternoon so far. We've got 1 or 2 in here at Emirates Old Trafford. We got 1 or 2 there, 1 or 2 youngsters. Great to see the youngsters. Of course, a number of them have been here for the women's game earlier today, and what a good game that is. And to continue to watch the men's game, and a really entertaining game this afternoon is fantastic. Just a reminder of the score here at Emirates Old Trafford. The Outlaws are chasing 216 that Lancashire Lightning posted in the first innings, and they're 82 for 3 off 9 overs in response.
Plenty of Sydney interest in this. Thunder versus Sixers. Enriquez is facing, and it's Green of the Thunder who's about to bolt him, and he's coming in from the far end. But of course this is Lancashire versus the Outlaws, and he leans back to Enriquez and carves that one away nicely. He's got enough timing and placement on it to get to the boundary. It's a 4 at the start of this next over. She'll take the score up to 86 for 3. A lot of work to do, but they have the capability of doing it. Enriquez is the key man here now. He is so key to this, but he'll get plenty of good brutal support at the other end if needed, I'm sure. But he's on 42 at the moment from 18 balls. That's fairly brutal, but he's got the skill, he's got the experience, the nous. Can he get the Outlaws somehow over the line here? He's found some space out there, races along the ground. The fielder should get round to it. Just the one out through deep mid-wicket. So the score now to 87 for 3.
Josh Bohannon out there, wasn't it? Great bit of work. He's covered the ground very quickly, picked the ball up, got the ball in as quickly as possible to minimise any runs that the Notts Outlaws could take.
Enriquez to 43 off 19. Moores has only faced 3 balls and is on 0. And as you say, with a white ball contract, I think it puts even more pressure on about you've got to perform for your team here. And Green comes around the wicket, and he has a real swipe at that. Got width and doesn't get anything on it. Looks like Green's going to try and get him to come forward and have reach for it. He's not settled yet, is Moores. He's on 0, and Green again with his spin comes round the wicket. He got bat on that, but for no run again. Dot balls when you're chasing a score like this. It only favours one team, and that's the bowling team here in a big way. And Green, a 4 and a single, but a couple of dots now in this over so far. This is his second over. He comes in past the umpire again, round the wicket. 2 Moores. Can Moores get bat on that? Yeah, a bit more bat. Sliced away there. Should be stopped there out on the boundary, and it is. So a couple of runs to Tom Moores. So he moves to 2 and takes the Outlaws to 89 for 3. 1 ball left of the 10th over. I just want to run down some scores from elsewhere at the end of this over, because it's not been the busiest of days in terms of lots of cricket going on, but there has been a fair amount of it. Moores is on 2, and Green comes around the wicket in the bowls, and that's straight through the legs of Enriquez at the other end. Again races along the ground 5, bit of a fumble which allows them to come back for 2. I think Enriquez was fairly keen on running back down to that end anyway, but that just gave them more opportunity to do it more comfortably. 91 for 3 then after 10 overs. 126 runs to win from 60 balls remaining with these 7 wickets in hand. Just want to mention the Karan Nair. This is England Lions versus India A. Karan Nair scored 204 in the game against England Lions. India A all out for 557. England in reply, the Lions this is, 208 for 2. And it's Tom Haynes not out 94. Which is a good stage in which to get those runs. So well done to him. OK, Barnard continues. This has gone big, high and straight, and it's down towards us, and that's going to be a 6. Enriquez is not going to let a young lad who was buzzing having taken that wicket. I loved his expression, and all of a sudden his fingers were going everywhere after he took that wicket. You get over there and you get over here, and quite right, he's just taken a wicket. But this is a real challenge for him now. The score moves to 97 for 3. We're in the 11th over, and he's up against one of the most experienced T20 players in the world, Moise Enriquez. 49 not out, 120 off 59 with the 7 wickets in hand. Young Barnard on debut, round the wicket, worked away neatly, but just for a single through mid-wicket. Enriquez brings up the half-century with that. The ball ticked over. Yes, that is a 50 for him. His 50 coming off 21 deliveries. He needs more, his team need more, but it's good. They had a dreadful start, lost a couple of wickets early on in that Tom Aspinwall over, and he's helped recover. He's pulled them back into it, but still so much to do. 119 from 58, and this time it's worked away by Moores. Played nicely, not quite enough direction to get to the boundary. There's a fielder out there, 2 more runs. So it's now that brings up the 100 for the team, 100 for 3. the 11th over. And again, here we go. He's pointing. Who's he pointing to now? Move yourself a couple of yards out there on the cover point boundary. And he comes around the wicket. In the balls to Moores. Into the pads. LBW appeal. Nothing doing. Umpire Goff does not seem at all moved by that one. Smiles all round, thankfully. Bowler and umpire alike. 2 balls left of this over. Barnard around the wicket again. Now he's got hold of this one. There's a fielder out there. He's going to get the better of him or not. No, they are plugging a little, aren't they, in certain spots?
Very sandy in the outfield, so it's just holding up in the outfield and not running on. But interesting what Barnard's trying to do there. He's really trying to tuck up Moores and not allow him to free his hands. He's got very fast hands and slaps the ball really hard, so he's trying not for that to happen.
Barnard to Enriquez on the leg stump, and a little push for a single on the onside, so he'll keep the strike at the end of that over. So 11 overs gone, and it's 103 for 3 now. And Moores is on 8. Enriquez moves to 51. Is that ball ticked over? I keep on trying to keep up with the pace of this. Now I think we'll have a look at the replay of that shot, and then we'll bring you the full. That's 102 for 3 after 11 overs. Got 9 left here. But yeah, so that's the England Lions versus India A, which a fair amount is riding on it, in fairness. What with England taking on India in the Test matches coming up later this summer. Earlier today, by T20 Blast women, the Blaze a 7-wicket victory over Lancashire Thunder, and the Bears women in Birmingham a 42 runs victory over Durham women. And the other men's game going on today, the Bears were all out for 143. 20 overs. Durham 84 for 3 in the 10th over, so 60 from 10.4 overs, 7 wickets standing. Okay, Blatherwick, a change here. Green has been taken off. Blatherwick, that's fairly low past the off stump. Sort of leaning forward, almost lost his balance there, Enriquez, on that one. What did happen to that?
Not sure whether the ball bounced or just hurried through. Seeing the replay yet, but that he looked in an awkward position there. Most unlike Enriquez.
It did look as if he was more than just a little uncertain. Blatherwick will maybe take some heart from that. This is his 2nd over. First one went for 12. Gets bat on that, but driven straight to the fielder. Dot ball. Pressure continues to build. You've got to find those gaps. I say that's what Lancashire did so well in their innings, but it's fairly easy to find those gaps when you're how high? 10 feet in the air, flying to different corners of the ground. You can't get caught when it's that high, and you can't just stop it. It really was just phenomenal from Wells and Jennings early on in this match. Enriquez on 51 and worked away by Enriquez, but again he's just going to have to settle for the single here, and he moves to 52. He takes the Outlaws to 103 for 3, so it's all fairly steady stuff here, which suits Lancashire no end. 114 from 51 balls. But there's 7 wickets standing. I'm struggling in my heart of hearts to see it from here. You're thinking, well, you've seen some extraordinary cricket. Just don't have that feel that the Outlaws have got it in them maybe to do it, but maybe I've got even more of a feeling that Lancashire are determined they're not going to allow that to happen. Moore's on 7. And Blatherwick in bowls, helped on its way. Just not getting the timing here, really, Paul. A single. It does look at a different surface out there, almost different game.
It is, and certainly as the game's going on, if you bowl, heavy into the pitch and vary that pace, you're just sticking in the pitch a little bit, so it's not as free flowing as it perhaps was earlier on in the day.
I mean, they were totally brutal, Wells and Jennings. I just wonder, do you feel that the Outlaws perhaps didn't vary it enough?
Yeah, I think they missed the lines and the lengths sometimes, and then didn't use the disguise of variations as often as they should. Certainly Lancashire have done much more this innings.
Enriquez is on 52, under the bottom of the bat, but again it's just rolls down here to this short fine, and there'll be no chance of a run. I mean, these stop balls really are so crucial because it's just making the job nigh on impossible, even for a man like Enriquez, to get this scoreboard rattling along, which is what they need to do. They need an extraordinary, well, let's have a look. It's not just 1 over, they need an extraordinary 2 overs at least. And when we say extraordinary, we need lots of sixes. Width on that, too much width according to the umpire. Signals are wide. You can see what he's trying to do. Just got it just marginally wrong. So it's 105 for 3 now. 1 ball left of this 12th over. It's been a good. I mean, disappointed with the wide, but what a good over at this stage from Blatherwick.
Bowled well, hasn't he? And just looking at the runs required, 112 off just 49 deliveries.
Can't see it, but will it happen? We don't know. That's why we're still here. Blatherwick in, bowls, and again into the ground, and that's been lifted away. It's going to be a 4, bounces inside the boundary rope through mid-wicket. So the boundary to finish off, which was otherwise, really good over from Blatherwick. There were a couple of singles in there. There was that wide, of course, but still, that's tidy stuff. 109 for 3, 12 overs. And Lancashire, they know that they've got this game just where they want them at the moment. They'll be delighted to see the back of Enriquez, and we know that Moores has got it in him as well. But I don't know. Looking at Enriquez now, he doesn't look like a man who can maybe go on and score a lot of runs, because what sort of an exercise is that called? He's down on his back and he's bending over left, right and centre. I suggest that was lower back, just maybe seizing up a little bit. Look at those glasses. Those are very special. I would call them Elton John glasses, but he's probably never heard of Elton John at that age. Okay, Wells with his spin in and bowls, beats the fielder there just on the edge of the circle. They'll go through for 2, but again the 2s are all right. It's boundaries they need, and I just can't see them coming.
No, not at this stage.
No.
And Henriquez is struggling.
Who's gone down there? Somebody's gone a tumbling, falling on his knee awkwardly. Bit of a shake of the head. Just an awkward fall, I think. I think that's all it was from Blatherwick. He's just bowled a really good over. So he's all right. He'll keep going. Mind you, Enriquez is at it again with his exercises.
Struggling Enriquez, isn't it?
Yeah. But again, I can say this from this distance, they'll keep going. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Moores is on strike. He's on 10. Once again, Wells bowls. It's in the air, but it's going to be safe. There is a fielder out there. Again, just one bounce into the hands. I mean, that is really part of the story at the moment. They just can't find the gaps. I mean, it's a fine enough shot, but
and to be fair to the Lancashire fielders, the Lightning fielders, they are fielding very, very well. Bosch is fielding superbly on Josh Bohannon, covering the ground fast, getting the ball in. So he's putting pressure on all the time, and that's really good. That's what you want from your outfielders. You want to build that pressure, and also you want your infielders in nice and tight, and let the batters know that you're absolutely in the eye line.
They haven't won it yet, but they've been on point today, haven't they? Yeah. They really have, I think. Lightning. This is again just driven into the ground. Just can't get it away. It's a single, and the score moves to 113 for 3. And he is in some trouble here, which is not great news, not only for this match, but maybe for forthcoming games, because he clearly has got a big role to play. Enriquez there with the Outlaws, and that could be a 4. No, again, Blatherwick will go chasing that. He'll hopefully get up okay from that one, but again, good running. You mentioned this, Paul, you've seen this, the energy out there in the fielding. That's 2 runs. It could, I'd say, could easily, well, it could have easily been a 4. I mean, he's a tall lad. He can chase that hard and fast and pull it back in, but yeah, they've been so on it today here, Lancashire. Now that's a massive hit away over leg side. This time from Moores. That goes bouncing over the concrete in towards the nets that are away to our left-hand side as well out there. Thankfully, there are a few people just walking around there, not necessarily paying the closest attention to the game. They may have woken up a little there as that white ball came flying past them. But it is a 6, and it does take the Outlaws to 121 for 3. 1 ball left of the 13th over. 96 from 43. More than just a few more of those needed.
Attempted googly there from Wells, just dragged it down. It did grip the pitch, but his line and his length was off, and Moores picked that one as quick as a flash, rocked onto the back foot, and what a absolutely brilliant shot that was.
moves to 19. He'll
Again.
probably try and repeat it, and it's gone in a similar area. It's going to be one bounce full this time. Not a square, just wide to our left-hand side there. That's long on. So it's down to 92 required here now. 125 for 3 after 13 overs. So Moore's maybe just getting his eye in, but again they've got to be fed the right sort of stuff. And although there have been a couple of deliveries, we're not seeing at this stage too much to give them hope, I don't think, from the bowling. We're going to see Chris Green brought back in. Good mix of mixing up the bowlers here as well.
I think so, and I really rate Chris Green. You know, I think he's a legitimate three-dimensional cricketer. I really do, Kevin. I think with ball in hand, bat in hand, and in the field, I think he's a really, really good prospect for a number of years in franchise cricket, in a longer ball version of cricket also. I think he's a good cricketer.
And he comes in now. Bowls and driven by Enriquez, but along the ground again just for a single. Well, Chris Green really one of the originals in terms of making a name for himself in franchise cricket.
Yeah.
And that was a very short spell, I think, with Surrey and the twos and that sort of thing. But this has been his game, the shorter form in franchise. Right now he's turning out for Lancashire, doing them a good job. He's bowled 2.1 overs, 13 runs conceded. Enriquez on 58, but Moores is facing now on 23. Keeper standing up. Moores is crouched, and Green comes around the wicket into left-handed Moores. That sits up a little, still gets bat on it. But a little bit of turn and bounce as well. Bounce on that. Very awkward. They must be feeling so frustrated, both these batters. They know that the powerful Moores, especially, giving him half a chance, he'll swipe the ball left, right, and centre. Just not been given that opportunity. 127 for 3 in this 14th over. Green again will come over the wicket. That's the umpire now. Fires that one a little quicker. Slice behind square on the offside. Again, beats the first fielder, but not the second. They just have to settle for one again. That's where the frustration must come. You can see them working hard. They're trying to find the spaces. They're trying to make the angles right for themselves. What do they get? A single. 128 for 3. 3 balls left of the 14th.
The required rate's now 13.7, so it's each ball it's gradually getting a little bit higher, so it presents even more of a challenge.
Yeah. Moore's on 24. Again he's crouched as Green comes around the wicket and again tries to lay bat on that, and again that's got a little bit of a turn and bounce away from him. Goes down to have a bit of a look at the pitch here. I'm always wary of saying too much when people say if you get anything above 12s you're in real trouble. I mean, because expectations will always be changing, but I think we're still at that point at the moment. Oh, now he's bowled him. Terrific delivery. Moores has gone. Green has got himself a wicket. It's the 4th down. 128 for 4. For one moment, just a little concern over Hurst, the keeper, but I think he's okay. We'll take a look at this again. Paul Shaw.
Great delivery. Oh, just grips. It's the angle that causes the problem. He comes round the wicket to Moores. Moores plays on the angle and the ball just grips and spins. Great delivery. And we said Green's a really good player. I think I remember when signed Chris Green last year, Craig White, the bowling coach here at Lancashire, said he's a proper player. We really like him and we'll look to sign him another year, I think. But watch this delivery. Just grips there. It's a beautiful delivery. That's a great delivery. It does him all ends up. Brilliant wicket.
The concern for Matty Hurst was, I think it was one of the bails just caught him on in the neck, which had been really sharp, very sharp. But I'm sure it didn't feel quite so sharp because the wicket had been taken. If it hadn't have been, he might have felt the pain a little bit more. Okay, Sams now makes his way out. So this is an all-Australian affair here now. Green will be bowling to Sams. Got one ball left of the 14th over. 89 from 37. Can't see it, but we wait and see. Hold on, what's been brought out there? Something. Mitchell Stanley is
another bail.
Something for the umpire.
Another bail.
Must have broken the other one. So strong is Matty Hurst's neck. Snapped it in two. No. Well, it's the wrong colour. I'm not happy with that. Come on. Oh, maybe they are supposed to be black and white. Are they? No. No. Well, surely there has to be a sharp deduction of points at the end of the day. But at least we have 2 bails. Green. Well, now coming past the umpire and bowling to Sams. And the leading edge, it's going to be safe. Out into the offside, completes that over. And it's 128 for 4. Sams yet to get off the mark. He's just faced 1 ball. Enriquez 59 from 30 and 89 from 36.
C-stand, here we go. You know what time it is. Who wants a t-shirt? Make some noise. We got Lanky involved as well. Lanky's throwing them out to you. Who wants it? There you go, Lanky, throwing out for us. Here we go. Who wants one over there? Lanky's going to throw some more. Make some noise if you want a t-shirt. C-stand over there on the far side. Let's fire through more. Last one. Who wants it? Here we go.
I've been really impressed with the commitment, the intent, and how they've gone about the business.
Yes, from Lancashire's point of view, so far so good. Keep Paul, you're heading downstairs, aren't you?
I am. Yes. Yeah. Went for a little bit of sun.
I don't know. Quite a nice evening. 128 for 4, 89 from 36. Here's Charlie Barnard, and Enriquez comes down the pitch towards him, swats it away to the leg side. Green comes up from the boundary to field. The score moves on to 129 for 4, so 88 off 35. And a memorable day for Charlie Barnard, debut wicket. Chris Green's picked up 1. Spinners in tandem here. Daniel Sams is the new batter. Deep backward square leg, deep mid wicket, long on. Here comes Barnard in. The ball's chipped in the air towards the leg side. And they'll jog through for 1. 130 for 4. David Lloyd's alongside me. Done a pretty good job here, Lancashire.
Well, it's good when a plan works. If you win the toss and you bat first, rack them up, get over 200, and you've got 3 spinners in your team, and you just assess this pitch that it's going to spin just a little bit.
Barnard in, sweep, appeal for LBW, gets it. Fingers raised by umpire Goff. Moses Enriquez goes for 60, a second wicket for Charlie Barnard, wrapping the pads of the Australian, and Notts lose their 5th wicket. 130 for 5.
Excellent from Barnard. Umpire's got to assess when it pitches. Does it spin? Does it turn a little bit? Hitting the stumps, it's hitting round about shin high. They're playing well forward, but no hesitation from Michael Goff. A real danger man. Enrique goes. He's been in some discomfort with a bad back. And that's what you want with Lancashire Lightning, to get 2 batters in who were fresh to the crease. It did look straight enough. Michael Goff giving the decision. Wry smile from Enrique as he went off, but look at this. Barnard, 3.3 overs, 2 for 22.
Yeah, he'll be enjoying every moment of this. He has a little smile on his face, surprised. Great opportunity, given his chance in the side. A couple of wickets, and even Lanky's enjoying it. A few sharp moves there from Lanky the Giraffe. 130 for 5, halfway through the 15th over. 87 to win from 33. Barnard in, bowls, and Liam Patterson-White clubs the ball down towards the long on boundary where Josh Barnum fields, and they get through for a single. 131 for 5.
Exactly what you want. 2 new batters. Get rid of some deliveries, get some dot balls, some singles. Barnard, single, single, wicket, single. 2 deliveries to go this over.
Barnard, left arm round. He's bowled him. Went for the sweep, Sams. He missed. Barnard sees the ball clatter onto the stumps, and a 3rd wicket for Barnard on debut, a dream debut. 131 for 6.
Yeah, it's absolutely perfect for him. And this one does spin. It pitches and straightens, and it hits middle stump, beats the sweep shot. Good to see Lancashire cricketers with a smile on their face. It's been a tough time for them. Now they're taking wickets, and the Outlaws are subsiding. It's 131 for 6. These figures from Charlie Barnard. Definite spin. Ball straightens it. It's the top of middle stump. It's one of these perfect deliveries. 3 for 23, and coming to the end of his 4th over.
Yeah, memorable afternoon for Charlie Barnard. Looking to sign off for his 4 overs in style. 131 for 6. Matt Montgomery is the new batsman for the Notts Outlaws. There's Barnard in and bowls. He's driven to cover and there's no run. Dot ball to finish it. Terrific 4 overs. 4 overs, 3 for 23 on debut for Charlie Barnard, David Lloyd.
Yeah, and Keaton Jennings, the captain, very sprightly, goes across and congratulates him. And they travel up to Durham tomorrow. After this, they'll get in a bus and get themselves up to play at Chester Street tomorrow. They'll be in good heart. Played 2-1-2 if this goes to plan. Got 5 overs to go. 131 for 6, the Outlaws. Danger men, you would think, are gone. Montgomery is on 0 from 1 delivery. Patterson White 1 from 1. Mick Stanley has another goal.
Yeah, double header again tomorrow with Durham women taking on Lancashire Thunder in the lunchtime start, followed by the men. 1 o'clock start for Thunder against Durham. And the men to follow from 5. Here's Stanley in and bowls. Worked out towards the leg side by Patterson White. He's played that beautifully in between the 2 fielders at deep backward square leg and at fine leg. 4 runs for Patterson White. 135 for 6.
Well, Mick Stanley coming back into the attack. 2 overs, none for 28, and now he goes for 4 off his first delivery. Patterson White goes deep in the crease. They know there's a little bit of pace, and it's a flick into the leg side.
82 is what's required here. Only 29 deliveries left. There's Stanley in, balls, clubbed away into the onside again. Bouncing in front of Chris Green, who comes up from the boundary to field. Just the single added to the score. 136 for 6.
Off cutter, slow delivery. He might do that now. He's been banging it in and bowling quickly, and he's just needed a touch on it. He's gone for 4, so a slow delivery there just brings a single.
It brings Matt Montgomery on strike as well. 136 for 6. We're in the 16th over, live from Emirates Old Trafford. Viewers across Lancs TV, listeners across the BBC as well for this T20 Blast fixture. Oh, swing and a miss from Montgomery. The ball, a little thin inside edge. It's gone for 4. Little thin edge. Raced past the keeper, who went away to his left. Couldn't get anything on that. And the boundary down to fine leg for 4 more. 140 for 6.
It's a quick delivery. He throws his head into the air, Mitch Stanley. This is nothing wrong with the delivery. The swing inside edge, flies past the keeper. 4.
He did, yeah, absolutely flew past him. 40 for 6. He's down the pitch, hammers the ball away into the offside, but Green inside the circle. That went quickly to him. He got his body in behind it. Not sure how much he enjoyed it, but he stopped the ball, Chris Green. Clubbed away by Matt Montgomery. Dot ball for Mitchell Stanley. 140 for 6, the Outlaws. 2 balls left for the 16th over. Montgomery on 4. There's Stanley. He's over the wicket and bowls again. Up and over the infield. Could be caught. Is caught by Jack Blatherwick. He comes up from the point boundary. And Mitch Stanley gets his first wicket. 7 down now. 140 for 7. And Lancashire trying to wrap it up in style.
Well, I think he's deserved that. His figures don't tell the story. So many boundaries from him, but he hasn't bowled badly at all. Real potent pace. He might just have took a little bit of pace off that delivery, but it's a good catch from Blatherwick, diving forward, takes it very, very low to the ground. Excellent fielder, Jack Blatherwick. So he gets a wicket. Mick Stanley coming to the end of this 3rd over, 1 for 37. He hasn't bowled badly.
Yes, played on Thursday in the game against Worcestershire.
Yeah.
A couple of overs then to his 3rd over here. First appearance of the season, this for Mitchell Stanley. Not played any county championship cricket. I wonder if they'll try and get him into their championship side.
I think they are. I mean, they're giving him these 4 overs, and what overs he can get in T20, just to give him some stamina.
McCur's the new batter. Stanley sets off, but the field was still being adjusted. So Stanley loops back round to the top of his mark and comes tearing back in again. 140 for 7. In and balls to McCur. Oh, it's gone falling straight, almost ricocheted back onto the stumps. Up comes Hurst quickly from behind, denies any possibility of a single at the end of that over, which concludes the 16th for the Notts Outlaws. 77 to win, 24 balls remaining. And Lancashire, having piled on the runs with the bat, have strangled the Outlaws with the ball.
Yeah, they have. It's been a good team effort, a good team performance. Aspinwall will come back into the attack, and he caused a bit of damage. 2 overs for 11, but 2 wickets in an over. He comes back in. Stanley 3 overs, 1 for 37. Barnard 4 overs, 3 for 23. Excellent.
4 to go. Aspinwall on the hunt for his 3rd wicket. 2 for 11 for Tom Aspinwall. Patterson White's on strike. Hit firmly down the ground. That's going to go all the way for 4. Rattling over the rope and into the advertising board. It was arrow straight from Patterson White. Little shimmy out the way from umpire Goff. 4 runs, 144 for 7.
They need 73 to win. But they're running out of deliveries. The low full toss belted back down the ground.
They are running out of time. 23 deliveries left. Pulled out towards the leg side on this occasion, but Hannon shifts around from his position at long on, maybe 15 yards to his left to field. Quick across the ground, isn't he, Hannon? Good arm as well and towards the keeper.
I think they fielded very well. You've got to be aggressive in the field, be athletic.
There are kind of nuances to fielding here as well, aren't there, at Old Trafford, with the dimensions of the ground, the shape of the ground, the angles you're trying to cut off. You position your fielders in the deep. Makes such a significant difference. So far it's worked a treat for them. 145 for 7. Aspinwall to McCur on this occasion. Fallen straight again, driven down the ground by McCur. Jennings comes across to cut it off.
He's good, Aspinwall, at getting that Yorker in. He's not the tallest bowler. I think he's clever enough that he tries to, when he gets his Yorker in, he's getting it to leg stump, not giving any width at all.
146 for 7. Patterson White's back on strike. He's gone for the Yorker again. In the end, it's a low full toss. It's cracked down the ground. It's a really good stop by Jennings. McCur does well to get out the way at the non-striker's end, and then Jennings completes the fielding.
Well, he saves him 4 as well, or 3, and they get a single. Acrobatic stuff from Jennings.
He's had a pretty decent day, hasn't he? Lancashire's T20 captain. Jennings and Wells absolutely brutal with the bat earlier on. Short this time. Oh, and it comes off a glove, potentially a bit of bat. He's looped over the keeper. What's the umpire going to give here? Yeah, he's kind of swerved out the way of it. I don't think he really wanted to play at it. Shortish ball from Aspinwall followed him. Loops over the keeper for a run. 148 for 7.
Well, it's good if he can bowl Yorkers and then a shot. That was a short bouncer. He's a real bustly bowler, isn't he? He races in. He's got a good action.
He made his T20 debut just last season. In fact, he made his county championship debut as well for Lancashire last season. He's around the wicket this time to Patterson White, clubbed away in towards the onside. It'll just be 1. Tidy stuff from Tom Aspinwall. End of his 3rd over. 2 for 20. Only 18 balls remaining, and 86 is required for the Notts Outlaws. Lancashire Lightning felt like they've been on top almost from ball 1, from when Jennings and Wells set off, dominating with the bat, and they've been excellent in the field so far with 3 overs to go.
And they can have a sing-song now, a bit of Beatles, a bit of Hey Jude. They've had a good day. Supporters and spectators today. Wonder how many will make the trip up to Chesterley Street tomorrow.
It's always a nice friendly welcome when you arrive, isn't it? Lovely ground, like going up to Chesterfield Street.
Might be a bit chillier. Might be a bit chillier up there, just a bit.
5 p.m. start, so you definitely take a...
Is it 5 o'clock start,
5 o'clock
on a Sunday?
Double header tomorrow. Oh, Green set off and then pulls away. As he's going to send down his 4th and final over. Coverage of both those games tomorrow. 1 p.m. for Thunder, 5 p.m. for Lightning. 1-4-9 for 7. Green in, down the pitch comes Patterson-White, plenty of height on it. Keaton Jennings is chasing after it. He got some fingers on it, but he couldn't keep it, and they've come back for 2.
It would have been a brilliant catch, a steepler, and he had to run back into extra coverage. I don't think he got a finger on it.
Maybe swirling around in the wind as well. Tricky for Jennings. No, it was short in the end. He was. But mattered too much as Green's in again. Stumping chance, he's gone. Came dancing down. It's a wide by the umpire, but Hurst does the work. There's a kind of reluctant smile from Chris Green, who sent down a wide ball, but is stumping nonetheless. And Hurst did the rest behind the stumps.
Well, it's a ball that spins, and it's a surrender. That's not a stumping. They call that a surrender. He came charging down. He got a real bugle call on it, and just carried on. He missed it. Never tried to get back. He must have been about 4 metres down. It's so wide. Hurst had plenty of time to take it. It signalled a wide. The ball bounced and spun. One of those classic walk-offs as he come charging down the pitch and threw the kitchen sink at it, missed it by a distance and just carried on walking. 8 down, 152 for 8.
Calvin Harrison, the new batter, joining Conor McCurr. Guess you're looking to try and bowl Notts Outlaws out here. Second wicket for Green. Spinners had a good night. Green's picked up a couple, Barnard's picked up 3. 152 for 8. Here's Chris Green into Calvin Harrison. Asking for an LBW is Chris Green, as is indeed is Matty Hurst. By Steve O'Shaughnessy, not particularly interested.
Bit high. Bit high.
152 for 8. Green over the wicket balls to Harrison. Slog sweeping high, leg side 6. Clearing Michael Jones on the boundary, clearing the covers and bouncing out towards the concrete again.
Oh, there's a young lad running after it. He's got a foot on it. Wide in now, come on, chuck it in. Young lad in England attire, England one-day kit. Onto the concrete. Roughing the ball up, umpire will want to look at it. Little chap fielded it well. Ran after it, put a foot on it and threw it in.
Had a Flintoff shirt on, didn't he?
Did it? Was it a Flintoff? Yeah.
158 for 8. Harrison off the mark with that 6, as you do. Goes again. It'll be 4, I reckon, this time. Can Bohannon get round? He can. He cuts it off. Really good from Bohannon. He's terrific for Lancashire in those positions. Darting away to his right on the long-on boundary. Sends it in. Just a single for Harrison. He moves to 7. 159 for 8. Brings Conor McCurr on strike. 2 balls remaining of the 18th over. There's Green into McCurr, down the pitch, worked out towards the leg side, and effort from Jones coming up from the boundary, diving forward, trying to take a very difficult low catch. Couldn't get fingers on it, and they come back for a couple.
Yeah, he tumbles into the catch and he's just a little bit short, Michael Jones.
61 for 8, 1 ball left of the 18th over. There is Green to McCurr. He's punched away through mid-on for a single. keep the strike with a dozen deliveries to go of the match. It's not going to be an exciting, thrilling, high-scoring run chase because Lancashire have been excellent in the field.
Yeah, they've taken wickets, just keep taking wickets, so it's a long run chase. They chased down 230 last night, but I think Lancashire Lightning have been excellent in the field and well organised. A varied attack that they've got and 3 spinners. Now, is he going to bowl again? No, he's not. This is Aspinwall's going to bowl. Mick Stanley has got 1 to go, I'm sure he has.
Here is Aspinwall in and bowls. Short, muscled away towards the leg side. He should be gone, he is. He makes it look so routine, doesn't he, Chris Green? But takes a catch and never for a second looked like doing anything other than that. 9 down now, 162 for 9.
It is, it's a super catch. Way out there on the boundary. He's took it nonchalantly. Leg cutter, I think, into the pitch, slow. So the batter's got to make all the running, all the play. Hits it nicely, hits it a long way, but not far enough. A big smile on his face for Chris Green. And he's trotting out and... what's he doing? Oh, somebody wants a picture. Unbelievable. Game on. Excuse me, mate, can I have a picture? Yeah, sure. Just stop the game, I'll just come across. 162 for 9. Dylan Pennington bringing up the rear.
3rd wicket for Tom Aspinwall, 3 for 20.
He got 3 for in the previous match, didn't he? He certainly had a couple.
As he sets off here to Pennington over the wicket and bowls onto the pads as half an appeal. The ball deflects out towards the leg side, leg by. A signal from umpire Goff. 163 for 9. Aspinwall last night, 3 overs, 1 for 25.
Well, 1 then.
There was a couple for Wood, and then 1 each for Aspinwall, Wells and Blatherwick, but he bowled really nicely at the death. He bowled the final over of the game to see it through. Back of a length delivery, but quick from Aspinwall. Gets off the shoulder of the bat by Calvin Harrison. And through for a single. Going to be hearing from the very smiley Chris Green at the close of play.
That short ball from Aspinwall, it's skiddy. It surprises the batter.
Pennington waits, he's on 0. And swing and a miss from Dylan Pennington through to Hurst. And there is no run.
Slow delivery.
He's mixed it up well, hasn't he? Pace, line length.
Yeah. I think you've got to do that in T20 cricket. You've got to change your pace. I'm not sure Mick Stanley does that. He just comes running in and bangs it in.
He does have 1 more over left, Stanley. Short again, clubbed down the ground again and bouncing in front of Jennings, who then shies at the stumps. They scramble through for a single. Pennington gets his first run. 1 ball remaining of the 19th over.
Well, it'd be good for Stanley if he can get another wicket. You know, when the 9 down, aim at the stumps, fast at the stumps.
Aspinwall will be done for the day after this one. In and bowls. The scoop over the shoulder of Wells and down towards the boundary. He's going to get 4 for it. Calvin Harrison. Enterprising stuff. 4 to end the over. 169 for 9. With 6 deliveries to go. Almost there, Lancashire.
Yeah, they are, as Sweet Caroline comes booming out. Signature song, and they were playing this last night or yesterday afternoon at the karaoke. The fella absolutely murdered it. Get off. Oh, they're all at it, waving their arms, all singing. Up, up, up.
Well, it's not going to be Mitch Stanley, it's Jack Blatherwick, I think that. It is, yeah, Blatherwick.
Oh, is it?
It's going to be Jack Blatherwick to sign it off. Looking for his first wicket of the evening. He's bowled nicely enough, though. In and bowls. That's in the air. That should be it. Blatherwick wants it off his own bowling and takes it off his own bowling. And Lancashire wrap up a really professional performance, bowling the Notts Outlaws out for 169 in pursuit of that target of 217, and a job very well done.
Well, they're putting a benchmark down. You can see these T20 matches that we've seen, and there's not been very many, but so many 200 scores. And you look at that, 169, the Outlaws, you think, well, that's a decent score, but they're way, way short. So Lancashire have kicked off this campaign in style. Played 2, won 2. Makes it a really good journey up to Chesterley Street, Durham tomorrow. Double header. The women first up and then the men's. But they've been very impressive and very aggressive in the field. Bowling has been varied. I think that's important as well. They've assessed the situation that this pitch would spin. It's been played on before. Played 3 spinners into the team. Barnard on debut, and that paid dividends. He took 3 wickets, so he'll be absolutely delighted with his start in T20 cricket. But I was really impressed with the fielding, real sharp fielding. And I think you need to be in T20. You've got to try and get on top of the batters, and they've done that.
They have, yeah. Very satisfying job from Lancashire Lightning. Powerful with the bat, very efficient, ruthless in the field. Players just shaking hands. And, yeah, 2 from 2 for Lancashire Lightning to start this year's T20 Blast campaign. Back-to-back victories for Lightning and for their T20 captain, Keaton Jennings, who was outstanding in that innings, in 95. Wells making 87 in that big score of 216 for 3. So the players are heading off. We'll bring you some reaction. In fact, I think we can do it now, can't we? I think we can maybe even hear him from the debutant, Charlie Barnard, who's speaking to Fraser. Indeed, what a debut for this young man, Charlie Barnard. Charlie, many congratulations. How was that for you today?
Brilliant. I mean, I was a bit nervous going into it, but to get that first over, then the power play out of the way,